Okay, I'm guessing this is up because I'm flying without a screen this time. So, welcome everybody, assuming you're out there. I have a big giant chat window ahead of me. I've got a 65-inch chat window that I'm staring at, but I can't actually see me and when I'm up there, so you guys are going to have to help me out a little bit. What we're going to do today is we're going to start things off just a little bit differently. Normally, in these things, we sit there and we go for a while, and then we do the whole Sellaway thing, and we figure it out at the end. We're trying a new bot, and this new bot that I'm trying gives us a 2-hour timer that I've set. So anytime in the next 2 hours, which is about what I expect this night to last, go ahead and enter the command of AMD 6800, and that should enter you into the contest to win the Sellaway for the 6800. Keep in mind, if you want the 6800, you will have to pay for it at retail cost, but I will ship it out to you for free as long as you're in the US. So, exclamation, AMD 6800. Yeah, I can see them popping up there. There you go.
You're gonna have to remind them as the day.
Yeah, we'll remind you as we go through the night. But we're gonna see how this works. I'm gonna take a look and see if any of you guys are actually showing up as part of the thing. Keep in mind, you will have to be subbed. If you are not subscribed, you can click that button all day long and it will not work. And honestly, since it's the first time I'm doing it, it still may not work. So yeah, Pokemon Master, there you go. So we will see how that works out. All right, with that said, I'll shut that, put that over there, and we're gonna do two things real quick. One, before this gets knocked over, this is the previous piping solution for my machine. Now keep in mind, this is my machine. This is the one that sits on the wall. This is my thing to play with. All of this is what ran it previously. Well, we don't want any of that. What we want to do is put this guy in there. But before we do that, we actually had a request from a user, a subscriber as it were, recently, and he was asking how to install his video card that he just got today. He just got a 3090 today, and he doesn't know how to put it in. So I'm going to hope that I've got these cameras set up right. Sarah, do you want to switch us over to this camera as the primary? There you go. Best producer around. All right, first off, you've got your power connectors up here for your PCIe power rail. You've got your cables routed, hopefully by now. And you've got your riser card right down here. Now this may not be the case for you. You may actually something's happening at the audio. I shall turn the gain down.
Is that better? Sorry.
Did you have two audio sources running?
Yeah, I think it was my phone.
Ah, that happens. That happens. Okay, so back to what we were saying. You could have a couple of different things set up. You could have a horizontal mount or you could have a vertical mount. Mine is a vertical mount. So for me, my card's going to mount like this. But you, assuming you have a normal case and a normal setup, your card is going to mount directly in here. Pins go into the slot. Once it connects, this little lever right here will click shut. Once that clicks shut, you're going to take your, hopefully, thumb screws or standard screws, and you're going to screw these pieces right here of your back plate into your case, or in the case of a vertical mount, the plate right here. So for me, let me get this in real quick. I'm using a riser card. So for me, it works like this. I take this guy, I slide it directly into, and I'm getting a phone call? I think not. Yeah. All right, our pins, as you can see, are going to go right into the slot. It clicks. And that is that. Now, we are going to plug the power cables in to the top right up here. I won't bother doing...
This camera's paused. Now it's because from your phone call.
Why do people have to call me?
Oh, wait. They say it's delayed now.
We good?
I think so.
Let me know if it's not good. Man, people just can't leave me alone. All right, so put your power plugs up in here. If you have a newer card, which you will see, which I can't show you right now, is if any of these are not plugged in all the way, typically there's a little red light right by the power connector that will show you that that red light says it's not plugged in all the way. Plug the cable in all the way, it should go away. That is a quick, easy how to put in your video card.
Jonathan Marziki says, wow, is the 3080 Strix really that big?
Yes, it really is that big. It is, in fact, precisely that big.
Isn't that the reason we're doing what we're doing tonight, so it could fit in your case?
Yeah, turns out, with all those pipes, the 3080 Strix actually wouldn't fit in this case. The previous version of this sat right here, and the pipe came out right here, and the Strix would actually run into it over here. We could fit the Tough in, but we couldn't actually fit in the Strix or the 3090 FE or half a dozen other cards that we ended up trying. I didn't try any of the AMDs, as it turns out. So far, the AMD cards are still in their box, sealed, not open. So whoever gets it, brand new in the box. But until then, it sits back here with me.
Upside down.
That's because it's in danger. It's like a flag.
It's a very ugly box.
It really... Alright, let's stop for a second and talk about that. What in the hell is up with this ugly ass box? This box looks like it's from like 1983. I mean, to be fair, it came out of Micro Center, which also most of the time looks like it's from 1983, but still, come on.
This like is your floppy disks came right out of it.
Yeah, I was like, this is a hideous box. This looks like something you picked up at Babbage's. Okay? Now, things that are actually part of the schedule. Well, let's get the DP-D5, the Thermaltake DP-D5. I have waited months for this because it's never, ever in stock. And I had to bitch and complain to Thermaltake to get this one as quickly as I did. And they were very nice about it.
Jackson says, did you say Thermaltake?
Yeah. Thermaltake, me. Who saw that coming?
Okay, audio's back. Sorry, he threw the box on the audio cable.
Yeah, I may have disconnected the cable. Look, it happens. Look, this is not my normal place to film. My house is a wreck. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my kitchen's almost back to normal. I'm getting there. Freaking people. All right, now one of the things I wanted to point out, because it matters. In the case of the new Thermaltake controllers, this is the old one, okay? It's a little different than the previous generation. This is Gen 2. I haven't seen Gen 1 in quite a while, but in Gen 2, it doesn't support thermistors. So you're not going to get temperature readings if you have anything that supports temperature. The new one, which is this guy here, does. And you can tell the difference between the two because of this little ridge. Can they see that little ridge?
Yeah, you're on this camera, not the little one.
Let's get a little closer just in case. There's a little ridge right up here all the way around it. That shows you that it's Gen 3. This guy will tell you your temperatures if you have a device that supports it. In this case, I have already mounted the Thermaltake W7. This guy has a thermistor built in, so you will be able to get your temperatures of the CPU directly into your TT RGB Plus software, should you want to use it. I just like the way it looks, because this one looks a lot better than the W4 Plus, which was in there previously. With that said, let's take this guy all the way out. Well, you get your cables. We're not going to go through the cables. They're unimportant unless, of course, you lose one and you have to reschedule a stream because you lost one. I don't want to talk about it. This is the new one. This is the old one. This one doesn't have LEDs, which means it's not fit to be in this machine. This one does. And more importantly, it looks way cooler. It's not a particularly complicated thing. I'm going to get this screwed in real quick. I'll take any questions you guys have while I do it. If you want to talk about stuff, just let me know. This hopefully won't take but a couple of minutes.
Does the flat plate hold more than the little plate?
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. I believe the little one holds 300 milliliters. The big one, which isn't this for the record, the big one is actually in the P90 build we're doing next week. The big one is about that tall, and it holds 500 milliliters. I'm not entirely sure what this one holds off the top of my head. I didn't care. I wanted it to be pretty with LEDs. Well, and flat, and so I could fit a video card. I would point out that while normally you would want to have a little bit more liquid in there, in my case, it's not as big of a concern for one reason. The radiator that I use is a thick boy radiator, so there's still plenty of water in this thing.
It's really called a thick boy?
Some people call them thick boys, some people call them fat boys. The reality is, if you look at this radiator compared to other ones, other radiators are about as thick as this plate, for instance, and this plate is half the thickness of this radiator. So I'm sure if somebody wants to correct me on the terminology, they will. This is the internet. That's kind of their thing.
Is it thick with 2 C's?
It is thick with 2 C's.
My phone just rebooted.
Your phone just rebooted.
Yeah.
Man.
We're having all the technical difficulties
You know,
tonight. But we're not using that one right now, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, crap happens. That's my official statement.
It wouldn't be our week.
Alright, so we've got this thing stabilized there. This wouldn't take too long. I don't know that I'm going to put all of the screws in it right now, just for expediency's sake. But I'll get enough to hold it in.
Oh, now you get to see us kissing on my screensaver. Good job.
Oh wow, so like your phone rebooted. It wasn't like just the application, your whole phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's gone now.
Fantastic. So, no questions out there other than that while we're doing this?
Well, that question was my question, so no. A while ago, Live the Arc said, "Yo, Sam, my 3090 just came in."
Yeah, that's the gentleman that I was referring to that had the question about mounting the video card. Now, we did help out Connor late last night. He had a new CPU, one of the new style AMDs, and unfortunately he could not get it to post, and we did a walkthrough with him for doing a BIOS flash, and we got him up and running.
Jackson says, how much work did you put in the other day to get to this point?
A lot. Truthfully, it was a lot of work. I probably spent almost all day tweaking this thing to get it to this point. But The cables are already to the point where they literally will plug directly into the card. Everything's pre-measured other than the cables for this guy. I wanted this to be as quick and seamless as possible because typically these water cooling builds have been going 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, and I was really kind of compressed this down to like 2 hours because it seems that that's about the attention span that everybody's got.
That's my attention span. Well, no, I lied. You're past my attention span already. I have the attention span of 2-year-old. Heraldic says, why do you go with custom loop cooling instead of doing closed loop systems?
I go with custom loop cooling because, truth be told, this goes back a ways to, I think when Sarah and I first saw our very first custom loop build, and oddly enough, I think it was actually in a P5 case. This goes back a ways, and I absolutely adored it. I thought that was about the coolest looking thing I had seen, and I wanted to do it myself. So once I figured out how to do it, I just kept doing it, and I kept doing it and kept doing it, and people asked me to do theirs, and I just kind of volunteered for it. It's a fun thing to do, and plus, it looks so unique at the end of it because you can buy custom, or not custom, you can buy parts from anywhere. You can buy LED fans, you can buy white power supplies, you can buy whatever you want. But with this, it's absolutely the way I want it to be. You can't buy cooling like this anywhere else. Not unless you design and lay it out and say bend the tubes like this. But this is my machine and there's none like it. This one is mine.
Jackson says, but what about the back? Let's see the rat's nest.
Oh, the rat's nest, he says. The rat's nest. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to disappoint. But it's not exactly a rat's nest.
You may want to move the non-working camera now.
I will get the non-working camera back up real quick.
And Mod says, I was promised something cool. I want a dongle.
He wants a dongle, he says. He wants a dongle. You know what?
And you keep walking away.
Just for you, and mainly because Alex stole my other one, a dongle. Come get it. It's right there waiting for you.
Jackson said, okay, that is not bad. While Martini said that's some sexy cable management. Can I get a dongle too? Mod said, LOL.
Dongles for everybody. Everybody can have a dongle.
Everyone wants a dongle.
You know, I thought I was going to sit there and lose money giving away video cards and processors and stuff like that. They're going to drive me to bankruptcy by $20 dongling me.
You may want to stop saying the word dongle, because now you're getting some weird comments about dingling your dongle.
You know, I'm trying to think of how I could dingle this dongle and not have it be weird. But you know what? I'll work on that. I will work on how to dingle a dongle.
Oh, Jackson says first merch item is a Digital Logic dongle.
There you go. You know what? I like a USB drive. We could do that.
Yeah, considering you need like...
Attention span of a 2-year-old.
Add Fireball.
I wish you guys could have seen that. That was good. Is this thing not back up yet?
Mod said a digital ongle.
A digital ongle.
A digital gongle?
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that a couple of different ways. All right, but back to what we were doing. We need to get this guy run through here. Now the question is, how do we want to hide the wire? We have 2 wires that we have to hide. This one, which actually powers the lighting system off of this cable right here, which I think let's see, how does this look if we pop it out right here?
Wild Martini says, oh my god, is that a puppy? I bet his puppy has RGB too.
Not yet. She won't let me RGB the dog. Can I RGB the dog?
I actually did see a glowing
Do you want to get RGB'd? Huh?
glowing collar, an RGB collar.
Ooh. We can get you some bling, puppy. Alright, so the question is, do we want to sit there and connect this right here? It'll leave kind of an unsightly line. What we could do, it's more work, a lot more work, but we could actually run it behind the radiator right here, which will hide it really well. We could also bring this cable around underneath and also go through here, leaving a less unsightly line because you're only going to see it in this little crevice right here as opposed to across a main channel right here, which honestly we're doing because my computer. But for that, we speed things up.
Brent T says his new favorite drink of choice is Fireball and ginger ale. That one's good. I also recommend Fireball and cream soda since obviously this comment was for me.
If you're gonna drink anything, put balls in your mouth.
I'm drinking Fireball and Angry Orchard.
And yes, I'd like to point out that I have yet another bottle of balls around, another expensive video card. Let's hope it goes better than last time.
Bob Martini says, considering how clean the build is right now, you might as well spend the extra time to keep it that way.
Always take the extra time to clean it up, especially if you're going to submit your stuff to the Digilogic Setup Contest. Why? Because I care about those sort of things.
Oh man, you plugged it. You never
I plugged it without you telling me.
There you go. You're turning it into a real
Look at
YouTuber.
that. So, in case anybody doesn't know, while we're doing this, stuff like this is important if you are going to submit. I highly recommend that you guys submit because we're giving away a lot of cool stuff. In fact, I made some comments about this recently, but I did mention that I had just a few things of RAM. So, I can honestly tell you, you're not getting that one. That one's mine. Thanks, Amazon. That was nice of y'all. But I do have some other RAM in here, like some CL16 and some CL14. See? C14. We've got some CL14 3600 RAM. So, we've got some fun prizes. We've got nanometer panels. We've got all sorts of stuff. We've got Ryzen processors hanging out. And we definitely have AIOs hanging out for prizes. So, submit your setups. It's kind of a cool thing. Make my life better.
Sirio says, yo, RAM giveaway, let's go. Yeah, we're giving it away on the setup.
Yes,
Submit
RAM
your
giveaways
setup.
will happen on the setup. RAM giveaways on here, maybe. I don't know that at 200 subscribers we're going to be giving away too much high dollar stuff for nothing. I mean, I'd love to sit there and be able to afford that, but at 200 subscribers, it's a little hard to part with hundreds of dollars of RAM every day.
We're like 2 setups away from an episode of the setup, so if you submit, your chances are good.
There we go. You're umming.
Wild Martini says, why would I want that? I can just download more RAM.
Yes, that's true. You don't need to win it. You can absolutely download more RAM. I highly recommend that you do so. And remember, RGB always gives you more frames. That's an important lesson to learn too. All right, so power cable is run and a lot less out in the open here. Let's get this LED cable run the same way. And then I'm going to power it on and we can take a quick look at what this thing looks like with all of its RGB going without its tubes. And I will firm up the cable stuff a little bit later.
Wild says, is the GPU going to be mounted vertically?
The GPU will be mounted vertically, 100%.
That's considered vertical?
Yes.
That feels wrong.
Why does that feel wrong?
That feels horizontal.
No, the horizon is like this. So the horizon would be if you mounted it like that. Vertically would be like that because it's not horizontal, you see. I mean, don't get me wrong. Let's be real here. That is still horizontal,
Yes.
but it's not horizontal like that. This is vertically horizontal as opposed to, say, horizontally horizontal.
That is why you keep me around, doesn't it?
That's, I guess, one of the reasons. So, with that said, we've got everything powered up. I've got the jumper on. Let's take a look at what this guy looks like with LEDs. This I actually did get to see last night. It is really pretty. I did put it all back in the box to make it look like I unboxed it for the first time. I didn't. I wanted to see it. I didn't want to wait for you guys.
How dare you betray your fan base?
I wanted to see the RGB. All of them can kiss my arse.
Brent T says, where are you guys based out of? We're in Maryland.
We are in Maryland. We are just outside of DC.
I agree. I do think they're called dongle-eye, or what's a group of dongles bunched together.
Ooh, a group of dongles bunched. I like dongle-eye, I think. Or donglies, like meese and mice. Yes, I hit right on. She's had a long-running question about why mooses are moose and not meese, as opposed to mice, which are mice, and
why are
geese or gooses are geese.
The plural of goose.
The plural of goose is geese.
The plural of moose is just moose.
Yes.
Why is it not meese?
I don't have that answer. I'm going to cut the lights real quick. That way you guys can see.
Mom said unicorn, rainbow vomit. LA, is it warm in LA? Wild's in LA.
There it goes. That's what we're dealing with. That's what this thing's going to look like when we're done.
Michael Puel says this build needs more LCD screens.
Is Michael Puel the guy that I saw on TT Live today?
Jackson says, I think I heard something about the moose thing. I think it has to do with the language of origin of each word being different. That's dumb.
Okay, Michael. Michael, actually, in case anybody has a Core P, turns out he designed a 3D printed mount that goes over the power supply area, from what I saw, that will hold an LCD screen so that you guys can do like temperature readouts and stuff like that directly on that screen. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm always up for adding something really cool, especially if it's got more RGB, and technically LCDs count because they can do RG and B. I like to put one on here, so I'm going to be looking into this, but you guys should give him a shot if you're holding one of these things. Anyway, that's what it's going to look like. Is there enough RGB here?
Wild says, just keep it like this, no functionality, all RGB. No, don't give him any ideas because he's been bitching about not being able to play video games.
I have not played a video game, I think, since we started this channel.
And now he's
between an actual job and this, I've had like no free time. But I'm really anxious because
Mod says for you needs more.
Yes, it does. But please don't minus your RAM. I'm not going to drop it. I only dropped the one computer and video card and stuff that one time.
And I only threw a hard drive across the room yesterday. It's fine.
Oh, wow. All right, so check this out. I had a 2.5 inch hard drive. Not solid state, mind you. Actual hard disk. And we're trying to clean up out here as we're living in the living room while the rest of the house is being remodeled. And we're both frustrated. We're both irritated. And she goes, so what's this? I was like, based on the size, it's probably a 1 tera. And I flip it over and I go, yeah, it's a 1 tera. And I hand it back to her. And she doesn't gingerly put it down on the table or put it somewhere safe. She literally chucks it across the room into the big Tupperware bin. And I just look at her and I go, that was a 1 tera. And she goes, so? Oh my God. Now granted, 1 teras aren't the biggest thing nowadays, but still, chucking a 1 tera drive when you've got nothing, no idea what's on it, not exactly the best time.
Michael says the EVGA 3000 series card would look sick in that riser.
It would, it absolutely would, Michael. But honestly, I think this RTX 38 or 3080 Strix is going to look better. That's just my opinion.
Wild says get the 3080 Supreme? Supreme?
3080 Supreme?
Supreme?
I don't know what the Supreme is. Which 3080? They did have that one 3080 that has the flip-up LCD that was on Linus.
It's a massive card from MSI.
Okay, so let's get to building so that we can get on with things.
Oh, you pulled a cord.
Yeah, I know. And just so everybody's clear,
Sirius says you need a Zotac Hollow. We had one of those in our possession.
we had a Zotac Hollow. I actually had a Amp Hollow 3080. When we were up at Micro Center for the AMD launch, we met a girl that had been going to Micro Center trying to find her husband a card and kept striking out. She was very nice, and I don't understand how you could not support a woman trying to buy her husband a video card, standing out in the cold with us in the line. You can't help but just feel for her. So I went ahead and offered them my Amp Hollow at retail, and they picked it up Sunday, I believe. So he's finally gaming and doing his thing, and we're happy that we could help.
Hey, you bought it for me because I had video card envy.
Well, I buy you a lot of cards because you don't like the fact that your 3070 is a teeny tiny itty bitty card.
It's a baby card. Jackson says the Supreme is the new one from MSI. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Is that the one with the flip-up screen, Jackson? Let's not spill the balls this time, because that's a thing.
Dirty.
Put the balls back here away from the video card.
Flip up is power color.
Oh,
Say
it
it's
is
not-
power color.
not the-
I'm so upset with that. Why did their box have to look so much cooler than that box?
They said no, it's got their new cooling solution. Maybe we'll have to Google this.
Okay, Google this. All right.
Go Ogle exists for a reason, right?
Yes, Go Ogle does exist for a reason.
Except for I'm breaking everything.
All right. Now, I'll be honest. I haven't really laid this out in my head too well. I kind of know where I want things to go, but this is going to be a bit of a learning experience for us all, because I think I want to go from like here to here and here to here, and I want to do like a big loop out here, but we're going to make sure we don't hit the glass. Not that I ever keep the glass on here, but we don't want to hit where the glass would be in case we put it there for whatever reason.
Okay, I want this one.
Lots of tube.
Ooh. Here's your
Whoa, what's this look like?
I want this one.
That's
Oh no, I suck. I'm sorry. Ooh.
that's the chat. There's supposed to be a video card there, not the chat. I mean, it's nice that
Oh wait, it's spelled Supreme, but it's pronounced Supreme.
Wow. You know what? How much you want to bet that's due to licensing restrictions on the Supreme brand?
And thank you, Wild, for being here, even though you have a job interview in an hour.
Dude, what job interview are you not at that you should be at?
You said it's in an hour?
But
Oh, there it is. Okay.
that's not a video card. It says change the game. There's no card there. Whoa, what the? Stop moving. I wish you guys could see this.
I'm scrolling. Their site is stupid. It's very cold. Ooh.
I'm not getting any interest in this card.
That's not.
It doesn't look special at all because of the way she's scrolling through it.
Sound like a child. Ooh. It's their website. It sucks.
I'll take a look at that later because that doesn't look special.
There you go.
All right, let's put those right there. All right, we're going to start with some...
An interview for SpaceX. Do you get to meet the alien that is...
SpaceX. Interesting. He's going to go work for the alien that is Elon Musk.
It's my conspiracy theory is that Elon Musk is an alien.
Just tell him your name is a whole bunch of symbols. He'll like that. Alright, we're using Thermaltake C Pro. Yes, I said it again. Thermaltake. Deal with it. C Pro fittings. These guys are a touch different from the normal fittings that I use, which are these. These are the RGB fittings. RGB fittings fit differently as a whole. And they're also really hard to get apart. Alright, RGB fittings have a cylinder inside with the O-rings, and this goes inside of it like that. Okay? The difference between these and a C Pro fitting is that the C Pro fitting does not have an inner tube. You're sealing it all on the outer side. And you have to use this weird wonky little wrench to open it up.
Well, so if you pass the interview, will you send me a dongle? I think you have to send us a SpaceX dongle.
Yeah, I think we should get a SpaceX dongle, and then we can do a giveaway of the SpaceX dongle.
But we'll also send you a dongle over here.
Anyway, the C Pro fitting is a couple of different pieces. You have your O-ring, you have your inner nut. Yeah. Okay, your inner nut with...
We just talked about balls and dingle dongles.
That's why I paused. I was like, wait a minute, I was talking about balls, now I'm talking about inner nuts. Man, inside you actually have some O-rings as well. That O-ring goes on top of the inner nut, which sits directly on the base plate, which has another O-ring. And what you're going to do is, this is going to sit directly on top like that. This O-ring is going to seal it from the outside. This O-ring at the top will be pushed down by your ring here. And then when you screw it all together, it's going to compress all of that together to hold onto this so that you don't get leaks. That is a quick explanation of how all of this works. Now, let's see. We're going to start with guessing this bend here. And if I've learned anything recently, it's to not try to get your bend right lengthwise on your first try. That's a new lesson I've learned recently. Where is... in front of me? I'm just blind. Let's see. That's not quite what we're looking for. I think we're going to have to do a couple of hard 90s. Yeah. A couple of hard 90s. So we're going to use this guy here. It's going to get loud because I haven't configured the noise gates to block the sound of this thing out, but I don't care. It's a good idea. Actually, that might actually work for that bend. Pretty close anyway. So let's start with getting this thing heated up. Now, you can do a couple of different things. You can soak and water your insert to make it easier to pull out. I find that if you do that, you've got to rinse the tubes in order to get it clean. I don't always do that. I do it when I screw up, almost never otherwise. Because if you don't make a ton of bends, it doesn't really matter. Now you can see it's starting to flex. That means it's just about time for us to apply the mandrel. was thinking about it today. I want to get a nice little board where I can screw these on. That way I can just bend right away and not have to worry about things like holding it in place. Alright, now, this is not going to be a particularly long bend. And I'm going to have to eyeball this because the way it's sitting on the table, I can't move that. So, if we come here and get a roundabout look, you guys don't get to see this. What was that? I can't hear you over the thing.
Oh, remind them about your sell-off.
How about you remind them about the sell-off?
I don't remember.
I'm bending tubes. You should also check and make sure that the butt is working.
I'm bad producer. Mention that to you. I got it.
You know?
Right?
No. Cloud butt.
Oh, you didn't give me this. That's not my fault.
I was busy doing stuff. You interrupted me. That's how this goes. Alright, we're going to try right here. Now this is the boring part, but it's also the educational part because you get to see how it's done. And I highly recommend that anybody that wants to try it, go ahead and try it because it's a lot of fun to get right. Flexible, you can do a whole lot of stuff with this without actually screwing up the tube if you just do it right. A lot of people did type the thing at the beginning. Did the Streamlabs bot join the thing?
No.
Huh.
I think I see what the problem is here.
She thinks she sees the problem.
Somebody says, how many times would you say you mess up a piece of each build? Like, is there always one, or have you got it down to a science?
It depends on the complexity. Ooh, it's me. I finally get to see me. Put the chat back over there so I can see both.
I'm not giving you
It really does depend on the complexity of the build. Not all of the builds are super simple. Not all of the builds are super hard. We've done corkscrews. Corkscrews are a pain in the ass. You've got to use a piece of PVC pipe and you've got to bend it around. And the whole time you've got to pull this thing out as you go because once it's coiled into that loop, it's a real pain in the butt to get out. That's one of the times where you want to go and do the soaping and water method beforehand. Whereas this, where it's just one simple bend, it takes a second, but you can see the tube will absolutely pull out. Now if you do 3 or 4 more bends, it's a pain in the butt to get out. As far as the complexities, the corkscrew is a pain in the butt. The zigzag we did in this case before, this goes back a couple iterations of the water cooling, but it came out and it went like that and then landed into the reservoir. That one was a pain in the butt too. But realistically, as long as you're doing little bends like this, it's pretty easy to get right. What'd you do?
I closed the tab I needed. Recents.
Just go to streamlabs.com and log in. It'll pull it right back up. It's on the dashboard. This one is almost right. You can see there's a little bit of an angle right here, and I'd like it to be perfect. I'll come back at the end of this and I can clean that up. At that point, you take soap and water, you stick it in, get it around these 2 bends, and you can tweak that angle just a bit without any problems. But this is what I wanted to see.
Live the Arc says, can we hop on a call later and you help me remove my 2080 Ti and put in my 3090?
Sure. I'm always, we can do a video chat with that. I'm always happy to help. Now let's get sizes. Let's start right here. Now, there's a couple of different cutters you can use. I use this one just because I haven't changed out. There's a pressure style, kind of like scissors, that'll actually go through PETG as well. And they work really well. And I'd like to get a set, but I haven't figured out where to get them and I haven't really looked all that hard. But I will eventually. For now, this cutter works really well too. It just has the problem that you can't do through a bar, whereas the other one you could just clip it right now. So have you managed to fix the giveaway bot? Or are we gonna have to do this like we did the last one with Alex and just trivia it out?
I'm trying. Okay. Streamlabs should now be a moderator.
Okay. Now we're going to ream the inside of this so that it will fit over the RGB fitting, which has that inner tube that I was telling you about earlier. Now when you're doing this, don't press too hard. You'll find that the harder you press in, the easier it's going to be for you to get big gouges, and you'll have to resand things. It will take extra turns to do it with a light touch, but you'll get a way better finished product.
I don't think without ending this and starting over, you can do the Streamlabs giveaway.
You can. Go to the giveaway section and tell it to end the giveaway.
No, because Streamlabs had to be a mod, and you didn't have Streamlabs added as a mod. I just added it, and I don't think it comes to your current stream.
It should. I'll let you keep fiddling with that while I've been too. Clean this up a little bit more.
Alex K says, hey Sam, how's it going?
Speak of the devil, I was just talking about you. I was just mentioning how dangerous it is to have balls around expensive video cards. I hope yours is still working well. broski. Isn't that Vamper?
Yes.
Alright, let's take this, get that last awful little cut.
Alex said, my rig is working well, still no leaks.
You'd be happy, Alex. We picked up some strimmers recently, and the P90 build that we're doing, I've already added them. The P90 build is just about the same place this one is as far as prep work, so it should be another easy time doing water cooling. It's not going to be that full-blown thing. Of course, yeah, of course. Actually, we got them for her, but the problem with putting strimmers in a P build is that you only really have that much power cable showing at any given time. It's kind of a waste of putting a strimmer in there given their price. So I opted to stick with standard white cables per the Strix power supply that we've got down here. This is an all Strix build as far as we could go. Everything that can be Strix, to my knowledge, is Strix. We have the Strix power supply, the Strix motherboard, and the Strix video card. So let's take a quick look at how this is coming out. I think we might have to trim this one a touch, but I think we're just about there.
Oh, let's see if this works now. Okay.
Sarah wants you guys to try it again and see if that whole... Ooh, look at that.
I think I got it.
Streamlabs is talking to y'all. I expect to see a whole bunch of those. A Sellaway of an NVIDIA 3080. Well, I mean, I guess technically I could.
Well, we're going to do a giveaway at 1,000.
I mean, I don't really have to go too far to find one. I do have one, but today's is one of these. And it's not a giveaway, it's a Sellaway because, unfortunately, I have bills to pay. I can't sit there and buy everybody video cards just yet. But, get more people to subscribe, send your stuff into the setup, let's grow this channel, and I will be happy to give away video cards. I would love nothing more than to totally Mr. Beast this out, except computer hardware, and make everybody have a 3080 or a 3090 or, you know. No, not 3090s. There's no point in wasting that kind of money for such little performance. But, at the very least, 3080s. Don't give it away.
He said he'd buy it.
Do a Sellaway. Well, we are going to do a Sellaway, but I'm trying to keep a couple of these cards on hand. I don't want to run out. That is the last 3080 that I have right now, since we helped somebody out with that.
I'm gonna try to enter, and then I can try to delete myself just to see if this is working.
Go for it. We tried to help somebody out recently that we met at the Micro Center line, and my spare 3080 they got. So we will be getting more. How many new subs did we get today? Well, we started off the stream before with 199. I don't know where we are right now, but it shouldn't allow you as me, Sarah, because
It does enter. Okay, so it is all caps. You make sure you enter it in all caps.
You have one ticket. How about that?
Exactly as Streamlabs puts it in there, because I'm the only ticket currently.
All right, guys. With that said, exclamation capital AMD 6800 to enter. And you should get a little notification from Streamlabs telling you that you've received one ticket to enter. Now, what we're going to be doing is, as we get better at this, there's ways you can get more tickets by doing things, following tweets, all that fun stuff, to get more shots at this stuff. So we will get to that. Alex, why are you entering for a 6800, man? You've got a 3090. You still have to pay for it, you know.
Consulin says, how did you get so many cards? Luck?
What was that? How do you get so many cards? Well, well, I will give credit where credit is due. There are two ways that we get cards. We get cards from camping outside of Micro Center for hours and hours and hours on end. Our latest camp, or not our latest, our longest camp out was 36 hours. Our most recent camp out was the AMD camp out, where it was like 18 hours, but it was also 30 degrees, so it felt like 36 hours. That's mainly how we get them. On the flip side, Average Tech Reviews, who I don't know if Mark is still in the chat, but he has a Discord where you can get a bit of a leg up on trying to find these cards. It's kind of a good place. We're actually developing one as well, and I don't want to say we're going to be competitors because I don't want to frame it like that, but we are looking to join that race in doing that as well because a friend of mine is developing it and we're hosting it in my Discord because I like doing the Discord thing. I hate developing. So we're going to be throwing our hat into that race sometime soon. But for the time being, definitely check out Average Tech Reviews. It's a good place, lots of good people, and you might score yourself a card.
Okay, I'm trying to set this up again. Sorry, guys. It's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? I saw you get a ticket.
You push some weird thing in here where it's only letting me get a ticket and nobody else can get one.
It should require a subscriber, and that's it.
I know, it's just...
If you end the contest, you can get into the settings.
I was just trying to set up another one.
Or you can set up another one. That's cool too. Now, what I'm trying to do now is cut the very end of this off. And cutting off with this particular cutter on the end is a bit of a challenge sometimes because it likes to push the PETG and squish it rather than cutting it. So it takes a little bit longer, but it can be done. That clipper that I was telling you about, or a baby hacksaw that comes in the crappy Corsair kit will also work too. There we go. That should do it. So let me clean this up on the outside edge, and then we'll have our first bend done.
Lenses. I was going to camp out at Micro Center, but they said they won't be getting stock.
Never believe them.
Very cold.
Never believe them on stock. If we've learned anything in our campouts, it's that they don't know when they're getting stock any more than you know when they're getting stock until that next morning.
Entries, pick a winner. Okay, ignore this one. It's gonna say I won.
Yay! I won the card. I'm gonna mail it to me.
That one's not the one.
It is the one. I'm keeping my card. We've duped you all. Where's the
sorry.
scissors?
Except for now, okay.
Where did we put the scissors? I've lost the scissors.
Okay. Hopefully this works this time. Start entering, please.
Where did I put the scissors?
You told me to put them away. They're on the floor in your...
They're on the what?
Floor of the game room.
Wait a minute. Let me review this. You freely admitted that I told you to put them away and you put them on the floor of the game room?
No, I put the one you handed me away, but I noticed that you had thrown another pair on the floor.
That's not at all what happened. Y'all heard her. She threw them on the floor of the game room.
Okay. Someone try to enter so I can see if this works. Okay, thank you. Why?
Is it not working again?
No. Alex says our kitchen looks great. Thanks.
Thanks. It's coming along. The problem is that I don't know if you can they see the big giant hole?
No, because I turned the lights blue.
There's a big giant hole in the tile because there's a lot of tile that goes like this, and then for some reason up in the corner they have a set of tile going like that, and it looked like crap, so I made them take it back out. But we're promised the kitchen will be done tomorrow.
Guys. Sorry, it's not working. I don't know how to work this. I'm a terrible producer. think it's this.
Now, the liquid that we're going to be using in this, surprisingly, isn't Thermaltake. I know. It's very unlikely. But the reason I'm not using it is Thermaltake. It's good fluid, but what I want is I want this foggy look. And the best place that I found to do that foggy look is EK's Mystic Fog. So we have the concentrate for that. And we're going to be making our own fluid. Doesn't take a whole lot, just some distilled water and that concentrate to get the look. And what that Mystic Fog will do is it will allow us to capture the light a lot better. This is what I think we were talking to Alex about when we were doing his, deciding whether or not we wanted to add some of the white to it to make that foggy look. Come on.
Okay, try number 3 is now active. Who the knows if I got it right?
Vamper!
Vamper, it worked! It worked! It worked!
Vamper is in. I see he received a ticket.
Yay! Oh, we got 2 tickets.
Okay.
I had to fiddle with the setting, but please make sure you're subscribed.
Make sure you're subscribed or you will not get in. Vamper, you're not getting a card. I'm re-rolling it if you get it.
At least he tried to be entered. Okay, it's working now. I deserve this drink.
You do deserve this drink. I can't wait till I get to the point of a drink. That's going to be fantastic for me.
You also have to feed me dinner when this is over.
I also have to feed you dinner. What should we... Oh, we did this last time. You guys didn't do too badly with this last time, so I will trust you again. Although, so help me, if you vegetarian me again, I'm not going to be pleased with you. What are we going to have for dinner? You get to decide what we have for dinner. I don't eat chicken, so don't say anything with chicken.
Well, crap, they get to decide what you have for dinner. I didn't enter this.
You're the producer. Play by the rules. Live by the rules, die by the rules.
Vamper says another vegan meal. It wasn't vegan last time, it was just vegetarian.
Yeah,
it was a bean burrito.
Dude, I ended up getting a bean burrito from Taco Bell because of you guys. Don't do that to me again.
I want hot pot again.
Oh, okay. So who here has actually...
Crumble, we actually have
Alex?
cookies here.
I got you, dog. Come on up. I got lots and lots of crumble here.
Ha. Vamper says, I get ribeye and you get vegan.
Man, that's brutal.
Ooh.
All right, so who here has had hot pot?
Jackson says, does he go for this card or wait for the 3070?
Well, I will say this. I don't know if the contests over at ATR run like this, but I don't think they've had a duplicate winner. I would say that if you won the Sellaway today, I would have to disqualify you from a Sellaway or a future giveaway of at least a video card. Maybe not a processor or something like that, but at least something of the video card level. I want it to be fair for everybody else. I think that's the only fair way to do it. All right, let's take a look at bend number 1. And hopefully, I didn't make this thing too darn short, which would really suck, because then you get to find out very quickly.
Jackson says he's going to sit on his hands. Good luck, everyone.
It's going to be real fun when the very first bend I do ends up being the tonight's goof.
Gotta get one out of the way.
Well, if nothing else, I'll say this. When you do goof, it's not altogether a bad thing. It sucks if you're running out of pipe. That's a definite. But with that said, there are definitive upsides too, because when you goof, you get a nice little jig to make your next one. And you only have to make a little bit of modifications from that jig to make it look right. And it's kind of nice to have that kind of security that it's going to look right. I think it did cut it a touch short. This is going to get pulled in as a result. Just watch. And it's really sad because it's just a tiny bit short. It's going to be just a hair off of perfect.
TCR Brecco says, Jackson, it really depends. If you're only concerned with gaming performance, the 6800 is the clear winner. However, the 3060 Ti is dropping soon with a sub $400 price point.
You know, the 3060 Ti doesn't excite me.
Vamper says, trim the bottom pipe fixed. I don't disagree.
He's not wrong. But as it turns out, we're actually okay. It didn't pull it in nearly as much as I had thought. It's not as perfectly straight going this way as I'd like, but I'll fix that later. Next bend. Let's see. The next bend, I think, is going to go from this guy to this guy. We've got plenty of pipe here still, so the question is, and I'll let you guys decide, do we want to bring it out as far as this one, or do we want to stay in, like say about half the length? Pull it across like right here. What do you guys think?
$399 is technically sub 400, but it is 400.
And what's the performance of the 3060 Ti supposed to be in comparison to the 6800 or the 6800 XT? Because all of these things are getting so close to the price point of the next thing up that it becomes very, very...
Wait, has the 3060 period dropped?
3060 has not dropped
yet. Are they dropping a Ti version before they drop the
Supposedly, and there have been screenshots popping up of these things, but supposedly because of the fact that AMD dropped stuff that was so close to NVIDIA, they're going to bump everything up so that they can win.
Random Pig says, do that spinny thing again with the tube.
Make me nervous, get bottom blades on that case. I don't need to. It's got the metal bars. I don't know if you can see them, but the metal bars are there. It's not going anywhere. It's leaning forward.
NVIDIA hasn't even confirmed it exists
And more importantly, when's the last time something fell over just because it was wobbly, huh?
The last time we were drinking.
It's true. I believe the name of that stream was "We're Drinking What Could Go Wrong." Well,
yeah.
Question answered. All right. So did anybody decide if
what about a corkscrew? No more corkscrews. We did that. I hated that. Nope.
I don't have the time for corkscrews. That's a two-person job, and it's...
And I don't count as a person in this instance.
Yeah, the corkscrew. The corkscrews are brutal. Plus, with this, I think I want to go with straight lines. I think that's kind of where I'm at. So are we going all the way out, or are we going to go halfway out?
Live the arc. He said he can help you later tonight after the stream.
You spilled. I did. I spilled my balls right on your 3090, sir. And I've got more. I actually, now that the bot's working, I actually like this way because it announces it to people and I don't have to. That's way better.
Hard concur, because I got a sleeping puppy in my lap. I can't do anything.
So, I guess I get to pick because, well, A, nobody's picked dinner, and nobody's picked the distance. So, looks like I get to do that.
They said corkscrew.
They said corkscrew. I'm not doing corkscrew.
F that. So,
corkscrew is not on the menu.
Quantalone says, did you spill it on his...
Internut? No, I spilled it on his back plate. Luckily, it was only a couple of drops and it only hit the back plate. It landed right about here-ish. So a little bit further over, it could have been a touch bit bad. But you know, crap happens. I think this is one of those, but did you die moments? Or did
also don't forget you need to be subscribed to win, and we will be checking.
Or, you know, completely forget that you need to be subscribed because, you know, that's an option too.
What time could you help me later? After the stream and after he feeds me.
Yes. So, well, you know how to get a hold of me on the Discord. We'll
Alex said
help.
crumble for dinner. Crumble is good. We had hot pot yesterday. It was delicious.
Okay, so there's the other question. While I've been, who here has had hot pot?
Quantaloni says Mexican for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. This really good Mexican place by the Micro Center in Rockville.
Which one?
You know, the one in the gas station.
Oh, the gas station tacos?
Yes.
That is, Alex and I were talking about that the other day. That is factually the best place to get tacos out of this gas station.
Taco bar is
the best.
Jackson says he loves hot pot. Was it Chinese or Korean?
It was Chinese. It was really good. Up in Rockville. I really, really, really liked it.
Ooh, Alex says go get some pho.
I don't need to go get pho. I have stuff to make pho in the fridge.
But there is a good pho place around here.
There is a good pho place a few miles away. That's true. Saigon Noodle. Good place.
Hot pot was good.
Hot pot was amazing. I absolutely loved the hell out of hot pot. Alright, so let's do half. I like half. Because you guys didn't pick.
Yes, please make sure you're subscribed to enter the giveaway. We will be checking.
Burger King! Burger King! He's got the logo. I like that. I'm a simple
McDonald's
creature.
dollar menu? Says maybe?
Oh, McDonald's dollar menu technically...
It says you have many choices. That is...
I'm okay with the McDonald's dollar menu.
Jackson says, how do you feel about Korean barbecue? I love Korean barbecue. There's just nowhere close.
Yeah, for us, there's no place close for Korean barbecue. Closest place for us is like Honey Pig, and that's up by you.
Domino's as an expedition.
You know what would be handy right now? If DWK was around, he could order us some half-price Papa John's. Yes, there's both a Kava and a Mezza near here. The question is, which one is superior, sir?
There is a right answer.
Yes, there is absolutely a right answer.
Alex says Kava. You are correct. Now I want Kava.
100% correct. Kava is vastly
superior.
Vastly superior.
And the only good reason to move to Rockville would be for good food.
Well, Rockville's got some upsides. There's the food. There's the way overpriced housing. You know, that's always a bonus if you're into that sort of thing.
Well, Vamper says just go to get Wawa sandwiches. I do like Wawa.
But you like Wawa for their drinks.
It was
and their coffee.
Wawa. It's fancier than Wawa.
Sorry, Wawa.
Wawa. Their sandwiches are good.
Now I'm curious, Alex, why do you think that Kava is better?
Because their sauces are better.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I am curious as to why you think that. For me, there's one simple ingredient that they have that makes them better.
Caesar tahini.
Not Caesar tahini.
Alex says Wawa subs are great. Alex says the harissa.
I disagree. For me, the thing that makes the difference is I love those Fresno peppers. It's got the right level of spicy.
I like how this turned into a food.
Well, you know, we try to sit there and be topical.
Random Pig says, what is that thing you put in the tubing for?
This?
The
you mean this thing. Alright, I'll show you in a minute, actually. I've got a piece of spare tube, and I'll show you the difference of using the silicone insert and not.
Alex says those are fantastic, but no, they're not seasonal near us at least.
They're not seasonal for us. They're always there. Alright, so to answer your question, Vic, if you put this in and you bend, you see how my bends are turning out. Just like that, okay? If I do this without that insert, something interesting happens.
Divine Dragoon says, Sellaway? Yes, we are selling off.
Yes, Divine, we are going to be doing a Sellaway of a AMD Power Color 6800, which is sitting right back there. While I'm at this, while I'm explaining and demonstrating what happens if you don't use the insert, feel free to reach out and tell everybody to pop over here, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff, so that we can keep doing this stuff. Now, I'll get up close so that you guys can see this. If you don't use the insert and you bend the tube, see what happens? It pinches. And when it pinches, you're not going to get any water flow. That insert holds it out like that, so that when you bend it, it stays hollow on the inside without crimping. Otherwise, you don't get water flow. So I hope that answers your question, sir. Wow, that's still a little bit off on distance. Okay. So take off. Let's start with about that.
Pig says thank you.
Sure. Anybody have any fun computer questions that are still plaguing them aside from the video card question from earlier, which we'll be handling after the stream?
How do I get my 3070 to look cool?
How to get your 3070 to look cool. If you have a 3070 FE and you don't like the design, which is kind of the thing with her, she doesn't like the actual look of it, which seems to be the minority. Everybody seems to think it's cool.
Should I just get a blank plate fan to make it bigger? Just get a tiny little fan and stick it to the end with some duct tape.
That is funny, Vamp. She's still, we keep talking about this, but she seems to be very upset that the video card is smaller than her 1080 Ti, despite the fact that
I only had the 1080
much like
for like
other
2
things
weeks.
in life, when a 1070, a 3070 versus a 1080 Ti, good things come in small packages. Don't extrapolate on that, guys.
Jackson says, what are your opinions on using a heat sink on an NVMe SSD for long sessions of gaming?
Well, Jackson, My opinions on that are based exclusively on benchmarks that I've seen in the past. And from what I have seen, and what has been explained in other videos by other creators, using a heatsink on a SSD can actually reduce performance. The reasoning for that is these NVMe drives, these solid states, are designed to run and operate at a certain temperature. Their optimum performance happens at that temperature. Putting big heat sinks on them to try to draw that heat away is actually working against the way they were naturally meant to perform. So it's a double-edged sword. Technically, it could extend the life because you're getting it kept cool, but you may not see the performance of what you're looking for.
Burger King says, would you personally recommend a 6080 XT or a 3080?
Fun question. You ask if I would recommend a 6800 XT or a 3080. I have both. I have both right here. I'm not getting the XT because the XT is currently sitting in next week's build. Technically, I don't think I'm going to keep the XT. I'm a 3080 guy. AMD's come a long way with their processors, but as far as I'm concerned, their drivers, until they prove otherwise, I don't trust them on the drivers for the long haul. I just don't. Once bitten, 80 millionth time shy, they've had crappy drivers for too long.
Quantaloon says, I want to drive a 1440p 144Hz monitor. With my bad luck, should I just get a 2070/2080 and wait for decent supply, or wait? I can't camp Micro Center due to work.
Don't get a 2070. Don't get a 2080. Either wait it out, do the whole join ATR thing, and join the rest of us when we all furiously click F5 and try to battle the train versus crosswalk versus bus puzzle that Vamper is so fond of, and try to get it like that, or try to win it here, or try to win it from Mark with ATR because he's doing a stream tomorrow. Try to win it if you can. Otherwise, just battle it out with the rest of us on the stock bots.
Oh, he's an ATR. He's Genj.
Oh, there you go. Didn't you know what it's like? Some of us get it, some of us don't. I don't always get it.
He's a thing.
I'll be right back. I have to do something with water with this real quick.
They can still see you.
Where is the soap?
Are 3070s not out after that huge launch day drop? Shows how much I pay attention to these things.
Alright. If you guys couldn't see what I was doing, my bend here is literally just a fraction off, and we can straighten it out if we do it now. This is a really easy one. The way you do that, to get your pipe back inside, just use dish soap and water, and it'll make it around these bends, where if you try to do it with it dry, much like other things, if you don't use lubrication, sometimes it just won't go inside.
Don't say it.
Unfortunately, you're a little behind there, Pam.
Wow.
With that said, to your question, there are 3070s dropping, but, and somebody else correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen a ton of 3070s drop other than like the Zotac dual fan ugly ass things. I haven't seen a ton of 3070 FEs drop. I haven't seen any other 3070s for that matter. Everything, all the good 3070s I think are like Best Buy, and their releases are really sporadic. It's like once a week, once every 2 weeks it seems, I think.
So they dropped like 100 and something 3070s. And dropped any?
That is about the truth of the matter.
Fatboy says producer needs to keep talent in check. There's no keeping this in check.
She's not wrong.
There's no keeping this in check. Funny Buddy Pop says, I'm from Random Pig and subscribe.
I'm from the Random Pig. Like, you're from... Did he, like, spawn you? Are you from the Random Pig in that way? So, like, the pig spawned a bunny? Or...
We're talking about a lot of birds and the bees here.
You know what? Birds and bees are things. And more importantly, innuendo is kind of how this channel is going to be born. I mean, with all the conversations that we have in the various discords, why stop now?
Random Book says they're from his Discord.
Ah, from his Discord. Random Pig's actually the one that won one of the AIOs up there. We've got more of those, so I guess if nothing else, if you want to set up another giveaway.
No.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Go set up another giveaway. We will at least give away a, wow, that's actually a really nice one. We will give away a AIO because that's an actual giveaway, not a Sellaway.
I can't set up another one until I end the other one.
Oh, we might have to do that at the end then.
I think. Let me try.
Let me get the soap out of this. And with that said, I would remind everybody, go out there, get those people joining, subbing, all that fun stuff. I know there's a crap ton of people sitting in ATR that would like to win stuff. I can't keep this stuff going as far as giving stuff away if we don't get subs in. So, get out there, get people in here. And where did that little thing go?
This is called Frost Road.
I'm missing a gasket. I think it rolled away. Where did that gasket go? It's the downside when you're trying to do this on a mostly black surface. That stuff tends to blend in. It's all right. I have a spare, and I can find that later. Always keep your spares.
Jackson posted for you today on a Reddit about your giveaway at 1,000 subs. Was hoping it helped. We did get a lot of subs today.
We actually, this morning, we actually got a ton of subs. Between when we were talking to people last night at like 1 in the morning with that BIOS refresh, and when I woke up at 8, we gained a bunch of subscribers. So if that was your doing, thank you. I say, I've actually been wanting to post stuff on the Reddit for Razer and what have you, but there's always rules. Like PCMR and Razer, they have rules against self-promotion. So technically, I can't do that, but everybody else can do that on my behalf. It's a stupid rule, but I guess I get it.
Yeah, I can't do this other giveaway until we finish the other giveaway, and the other one stops in...
Well, I say chances are it'll stop before then. We'll end it early if we get this far enough along.
Jacob Arnold says, you're my favorite. Vamper says, make alt accounts, everyone else does. Not a bad idea.
Vamp, you're despicable, dude. Hilarious, but...
How is that despicable?
Alt accounts don't help. They legitimately just don't help.
It isn't that unfair.
Alt accounts, A, screw the creator. because we don't get anything out. Not that I get anything out of it anyway.
I
But,
think to post on places.
oh, well, post, yeah. Well, I thought about that too, but I'm trying to do everything the right way. I'm trying to not piss people off. I actually posted in the Micro Center, the unofficial Micro Center Discord, for a while there, right up until it posted or pissed people off, and I haven't done it since. And now all of those people don't get access to this stuff. All because one particular guy got really cheesed off, and I said I don't want to be that guy that's going to piss people off. For the same reason why I try to minimize my talking about it in ATR. There's something about trying to be respectful about all of this stuff. You don't have to be, but it doesn't hurt to be.
TCR says, glad to see your viewership going up. I subbed when you had 20. Oh, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, seriously, thanks for sticking around. Hey, I found that gasket. Seriously, thanks for sticking around. I can't tell you how much I want this to be a thing. I'd love to be able to just give stuff away all damn day as if that was my job. I'd love that sort of thing. So, with that said, there is this thing for anybody that's not heard me blabber about it tonight. We're going to get that stupid bot to start repeating this crap so I don't have to do it. If you guys have a setup,
I can pay.
it does not have to look like my setup. It could look as bad as Vamp's setup. And you can still enter. And you can still win stuff. We're going to be giving stuff away, not selling it off. I hope he respects my candor. I have a lot of respect for the guy. I like ATR a lot. I really do. I love the people there. I wouldn't have the subscribers that I do without ATR helping me along the way. So let's be clear about that. But with that said, we give away stuff on the setup for you guys submitting your setups. 5 of you will go head to head in every episode, and you guys stand a chance to win some cool stuff. All sorts of PC parts. It'll be a random selection of 3 different prizes during every episode. And you guys get to pick. Whoever wins the contest gets to pick what they want. So it's not even like I can say, well, you only earned this. I will say in the beginning of an episode, these are the prizes up for grabs. You get RAM, you get this processor, you get $200 cash, you get whatever I happen to pick as your prizes because we happen to have them available. There will always be a $200 cash option. So if you don't want parts, you know what? I'm okay with that because then I don't have to ship it to you. I can just sit there and send it to you via Venmo or something. But you submit your stuff, you compete, you win. Well, you may win. That's really up to how well your setup does. But the things you have to be aware of in it is it's not what you have. It's how you present it. That's what it's all about. I don't care if you've got a 3080. I don't care if you've got a old 9800 Pro from 10 years ago. It's all how you present it. It's what it looks like as a whole. And it's not just your rig. It's not just this. It's everything.
We did get a setup with the tube monitor. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that one. I haven't gone through that stuff yet. We have another episode, which I've been talking about, which I'm going to finish editing here sometime soon, where we went on vacation and we did a setup and need to christen it with balls. That vacation setup, we went to somebody else's condo, rented it for a week, and we built a setup in there with RGB and everything else. And I'm thinking about doing a bedroom episode of the setup because with all the construction that we've got going on back there, I won't lie, I've got LED lights going everywhere. Let's say our bathroom's going to have multiple LED lights.
But that's not a setup, that's just LEDs.
But I'm also considering that screen, and don't count it out. I may find a way to set up the bedroom. We'll see if I survive long enough to make that episode. Bedroom.
All y'all got dirty minds up in here.
And that's why they're my people. That is why they're my people. All right, so we are down to 2 more beds. we need this guy, and we need this guy. This one came out pretty well. It's not what I would call straight, but then again, this port is higher than that port, so it kind of can't be straight unless we want to do minor tweaking, and I kind of like the way that looks. So, with that, we will move on to our third bin. Really did get good with these things.
You look like you were in the color guard.
I was not in the color guard. I did martial arts. I used to have a big, giant oak bow staff. I was fucking Donatello. I wasn't fucking Donatello, I was fucking Donatello. There's a difference, guys.
You're not wrong, Vamper.
I'll have you know, my toilet seat is heated. It will have LCDs.
LEDs.
That's right, it will have LEDs.
But yes, he's gonna bitch and complain about being under construction and then being like, but it's so cool. Welcome to Sam's personality.
Yes, I complain about the 1%-ery
Yes.
things.
LCD
But yes, I will have a heated seat on my toilet. I will have a dryer on my toilet. I will have LED lights on my toilet. My seat will open as you approach it and welcome you to it, and it will flush itself. Why? Because she couldn't stop me spending $1,300 on a toilet. That was your failure, not mine. You could have stopped me.
Vamper says, do you have a remote? Mine does.
Yes, it does have a remote. It does, in fact. Whoever thought of putting a remote on a toilet? Yes, Broski is Vamper. Yes, it's an LED illuminated bidet. That is correct.
Yes. And I couldn't stop you from spending $1,300 on a toilet. No, I couldn't. You had your mind set on it. It was what it was. There was no stopping you.
Well, I don't think it was 13. I think it came out to like 11 after change.
Oh,
12,
I don't
something like
know.
that. I could have gotten one of the Japanese ones. The Japanese ones, if anybody's looking for one, holy crap. Those things are like $4 to $8 grand.
Because the shoes use it too. The shoes is only needed too. Oh, there's Swift. Let's pay your taxes.
Swift! Swift is here.
Well, and all the toilet paper we'll save will make up for the price.
And to answer one of the questions from earlier about where do we get all of our cards, I wanted to go ahead and put this out there too, just because it's not just me. It's not just me that helps provide these things for you guys. Both Swift and Mod Sherpa both kind of help us out with donating things for you guys to do sell-offs with. The CPU came from Mod, and the 3090 that kind of got sold away on one of the last episodes came from Swift, but the guy backed out, so we don't appreciate Swift any less. He's freaking awesome.
Also, Sarah slept in a car for 36 hours.
Yes, also Sarah sleeps in a car for 36 hours to get these things, so don't forget about her too.
No, Mod doesn't work at Micro Center. He did.
Mod does not work at Micro Center, but he may have been banned. We got a message from one of our Micro Center employees that he apparently had popped up on their radar after listing something somewhere. And as a result, it was advised that he take a break from Micro Center.
Kaya's Corner says, what are you making? She just arrived.
What are we making? We are currently making a water-cooled setup out of my gaming rig. This is the one that I use when I do all of the fun gaming. I'm actually really, really anxious to play Valhalla. That's the one that I want to do. Plus, I'd really like, Vamp, since you're here, I know you play Apex, and that was kind of the game that you and I were playing. Where is it at right now? What's the current state of affairs? Because last I checked, Apex was supposedly a bit of a crap show.
I hate the new map. 'Cause Vapor says he's banned because his account was hacked.
Still? I thought you got that sorted out.
Harold IC says Valhalla is great. Says he hasn't had a chance to play new map. You're not missing anything from new map. Ooh.
Okay, for the one that said that, well, EA support does suck. Heraldic, you say Valhalla is great. What do you normally play in the AC ROM? What's your favorite AC?
Yeah, your favorite game. He said, just call me Cat.
Cat. Okay, Cat. What is your favorite AC? You guys can't see too much of it, I don't think. What can they see high and low on this?
High and low? Where?
On the.
They can see above Mercy?
They can see above Mercy.
Not above Mercy. Mercy's the top.
Okay, Mercy's the top. Alright. Yeah. You can't see a lot of this stuff. But I have all of my collector's editions.
You can see the book.
They kind of sit around right by the shelf. And then we've got Origins way up there. We've got some of the smaller ones out in the garage. I'm a big AC fan. If you go back a couple of episodes of the channel, you will find just a wee bit of cosplay. Because I own a bunch of their jackets too. I'm sure there's a comment about that.
Jackson says Revelations.
I'm not bringing the jacket out, Alex.
He did call it though. He said it right before you said it.
Yeah. I am a big fan.
Cap says 2.5 Brotherhood and AC3 with Cooper and the ships.
I do like 2.5. All of the Brotherhood stuff I like. AC3 lost me. It was too much running around. I do like Remastered, though. I am actually trying to play through it now that they did the remastered version of it. I can't. It needs to be finished, man. But I loved Black Flag. Black Flag was my big one.
So should we be building this with the jacket on? It's too hot.
Oh, no. No. The jacket, legitimately, if it's more than like 40 degrees out, that jacket is just too hot. They're very well-made jackets. I'll give them credit. Ubisoft makes a fantastic jacket, but oh my god, are they hot.
Quantalone says AC2 was great, loved the story. Jackson says I have not been enthralled by much after Black Flag. I didn't like Black Flag.
Thanks, Swift.
Cap says I did enough ship work in 3 that I got shipped out because Black Flag was nothing but ships. Black Flag is only ships, and I can't drive ships, and I can't drive.
You can't drive ships, and you can't drive cars in games. Yes, we're in it for work. She can't do Watch Dogs because of the whole steering. You drive with your WADs, and then you use the mouse to kind of like free look. Screws her up every time.
I can't do it. He said, which is your favorite?
My favorite is Black Flag, like hands down.
I only played Unity.
You played Unity, you played Syndicate.
I'm still in the middle. Oh, I just restarted Syndicate because I only made it 30% through. I can't use a controller either. Also, you did spell my name right, yes. I can't use a controller. My thumbs don't work that way.
Nobody should use a controller. Controllers are evil.
I always end up looking straight up and running. I can't. I don't know. I did hear Unity was the worst. I did wait, and didn't that one patch bad? Like they had to wait for a big patch to come out. Yeah, you use a phone.
So close to a perfect bend.
hard to patch a terrible story. Well, the thing might be that I'm a bad gamer because I don't give a about story usually.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Ow, son of a- that's hot. I don't know if you guys can hear her back there, but Sarah's not real big on story. Sarah's real big on can I kill it, and when I kill it, can I make sure that they know that they were killed by a girl?
That's what she plays Overwatch. That is true. I did like Bioshock. I played all the Bioshock.
You did play all the
I
Bioshocks.
like the story of those.
That's true.
Since they can hear me. But yeah, Overwatch doesn't have a story. Apex doesn't have a story, and they're my favorite games because I just get to go in there and shoot people.
Yeah, you definitely aren't super big on
Bioshock
story.
is one of the... Apex doesn't have a story, Vamper. They tried.
Apex definitely doesn't have a story.
Sucks.
Alright, let's see if I manage to get this right.
Okay, fine. They do have a story. It isn't very good.
Really? What's the story? Because I'm not aware of...
They did have a story. They came out with all those little things you had to read. They did ruin the best part when they moved the boat. The boat
I
was
agree.
the best part.
Mirage's boat was awesome.
And you hated it when they took off that other part of that map, the first
Alright,
map.
so, you know, he's not wrong. There is a storyline to Apex now that I think about it. The story started with, there were a bunch of people, they played in this competition to see who was going to win and become famous and all of that fun stuff. And then somewhere along the way, what developed in the story was approximately how well could we fuck Pathfinder over and over and over again. That's what the story became. Because they nerfed him, and that wasn't good enough. They nerfed him again, and they nerfed him to the point of being irrelevant. That's the story of Apex.
Bursky says Pathfinder needed it. Yeah, can you tell who was a Pathfinder main? Nerd. MD says, in my opinion, Valorant is just a mix of CSGO and Overwatch. I think that's how they branded
agree.
it.
I do not like...
That's what they were trying to make.
I do not like Valorant, like, at all. It has no appeal to me.
Titanfall was so good.
Titanfall was good. It just didn't get the support it needed to keep going too long.
Oh, you said Wraith needs a nerf now. I don't like Wraith. And yes, Bioshock has a story, and that's the one game that had a story that I like.
Bioshock didn't just have a story, it had an amazing story.
So,
Would You Kindly was just such a glorious point of a game.
If the story...
And for that matter, if you want to talk about story games that she liked, she also really liked Borderlands 2.
I did love Borderlands 2.
Handsome Jack was amazing. I loved that game because of him.
Bioshock Infinite was so good, and it was so beautiful. Borderlands 3, was that the one we just got, was terrible.
Well, there was Borderlands the pre-sequel, which was terrible, and then there was Borderlands 3, which wasn't terrible, it just wasn't... They were trying too hard to do a Handsome Jack funny thing with the weird YouTube streamer thing.
Yeah, they were weird.
It didn't work for me. But
Alex
Borderlands
says,
2 is fantastic.
Dropping Would You Kindly into everyday conversation is the best way to find out if someone is a game.
You're not wrong. Would You Kindly is just... Oh, that was so good!
Jackson says he just started Borderlands 2 the other day. Oh, it's so fun!
Alright, so here's my next thing. I should be back to gaming by... I won't say the end of the night, because by the time I get this mounted back on the wall and booted up, I probably will be about at the end of my wits. Plus we have to do that thing with live for the video card. So once I get this done, how about we get a group of us together to go play something?
Alex just said, what's your Steam tag?
I
don't know what my Steam tag is.
It's old, it's I don't know.
Cap says drop or you can also say he says I have strong opinions, keep me around. He did just marry me, so that's the thing.
I did just marry her. We got married 6 weeks ago. 6.5.
Yeah.
What's today?
The 24th.
Yeah, 6 weeks ago. So you know, if she had problems with me, she should have addressed them beforehand.
Or the cake is, oh my god, Portal is my all-time favorite game.
Okay, there you go. Portal is her all-time favorite game. And where's the turret? We used to have a stuffed turret that sat up there. I used to buy her turrets every time I saw them.
Because turrets were the best.
We used to have an inflatable turret that was like that tall. Yes. Yeah, a motion-sensitive turret that every time you walked by it would, are you still there?
Because the turrets are the best part. This is a married woman who will sleep in a car camping like her.
Well, like I tell everybody, you just gotta find the right one. A lot of guys will go for a pretty girl that, you know, they can show off. I went for the pretty girl that played video games.
I was about to say, you're about to say that I wasn't just...
You married one that's not stupid.
I said Portal 2 was decent. Nice save.
Well, you have to understand, for her, Portal was the first game she ever really played, aside from like Wii Sports. The story goes, we started dating, she saw me playing video games, she stayed home sick, I think it was, in my house. We weren't even living together at this point officially, but she stayed home at my house, and I come back to her playing Portal, which, you know, kind of set the relationship tone from that point forward, and it seems to have worked out pretty well.
Why were they such a big drama mean to play video games?
Yeah, I say when she first started playing, she'd get motion sick, and she'd have to take Dramamine in order to play video games. Took her, it was probably about 2 years before that kind of went away.
That was rough. Rudo says everything going out of stock was a big bummer this year. Especially considering how the rest of the year has been going.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot. The whole stock thing sucks, but let's be real. This year has sucked as a whole. That is hardly the worst of it. In fact, of all the things that have happened this year, that is really the least of everybody's worries. You could have been in a much worse place. Not being able to get your first world problem video card is hardly the thing to be upset about.
Will I play Cyberpunk or too much potential driving? Well, here's the other secret to our relationship. I play what Sam tells me I will like. And on that note, Sam is occasionally wrong. Sam occasionally says, "Oh, you're gonna like this," and she goes, "The hell I will." Because I can't pick a game to play off of a trailer. I don't like...
She doesn't like watching the FMV stuff of a trailer.
Trailers.
She wants to see actual gameplay, and a lot of games don't do that.
Yeah.
And more importantly, she's very picky about her games. We've been searching, a friend of ours plays games with us, and we've been searching for a new team game for a while, and we haven't found anything other than Apex, and it's really funny because even with Apex, we fight, like, consistently.
We did try Destiny 2. It didn't work out for us. Does anybody, while we're on this topic, have a good MMO that's not World of Warcraft?
Yeah, that's a good idea. What's a good MMO? Don't say Warcraft. We liked Blade and Soul. We liked DC Universe. I come from the City of Heroes days.
No, I don't want to push buttons to shoot people. I want to click my mouse.
Yeah. She likes that interactive style.
Never play MMOs, says Vamper. We tried Destiny 2. Everybody loves it. Why do we hate it?
Because we played Destiny 2 before they fixed it. And it was kind of a tragedy back then. Genshin Impact's one that I've heard. So, alright, what are we all going to play? If we're going to sit there and get a bunch of us together to play a game, what game are we playing?
Oh, Quantalone says City of Heroes, Protector server here.
Really? All right, if you know your City of Heroes, you remember when the first Strike Force came out on the villain side. That was an absolute bitch to get through, and nobody would take a Stalker in. And I finally got in a team, and we went through, and we were one of the first people that actually beat it, and we had a Stalker on the team. I was very happy to be that Stalker. That's going to get memed.
We played a lot of DC Universe online.
We did play a lot of DCUO.
And now it's terrible. So the problem with MMOs is just you can't have a good MMO without keeping it up and keeping your player base.
Well, it's not just that. If you have an MMO, you also can't be Sony and have a big data breach in the middle of it all and expect to survive.
Yeah. Oh, he said he never played during City of Villains.
Oh, City of Villains was great.
Okay, here's my other, you have found my other geek thing that I, like to look at people. Sorry, I can't look at you when I tell you this. I hate Star Wars.
Oh, damn. Yeah, she really does. She hates Star Wars on a very special, deep level.
Alex says, Sam, if I wanted to replace my fittings with quick release fittings, should I do that at the same time? I upgrade my CPU.
Yes, you should. I actually have some. Well, let me ask you this: do you really want quick release fittings, or are you just looking for a way to swap your fittings out? Like quick release, you want to have like soft tube and complete breakaway, whereas you can just use a valve shutoff from Thermaltake, and it'll achieve the same goal. It just won't be quite as quick and able to swap hardware in as a quick release.
They said, am I a Trekkie then? Well, my favorite Star Universe is Stargate. Stargate is the best star, and we are currently going through Star Treks, and I do really like Star Trek. Which one was my favorite? I can't remember any of the ones. We watched the first one.
Well, her favorite kind of changes depending on where she is in the series. She's watched TNG, she's watched Enterprise, she's watched DS9, which she hated right up until Worf made it in, and she's only a couple episodes into Voyager. And she also has watched everything on Discovery so far.
Discovery's good. Picard is also
fantastic. Good.
Ever watched 2009 Star Trek? Was that the movies or is there?
Watched 2009 Star Trek. 2009 wasn't that like Deep Space Nine? No, that wasn't Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was older than that. What the hell is she talking about?
Not me. I really don't. Oh, the Chris Pine movie. Yeah, I did see those.
The movies.
Those were good. Discovery's better. Picard is better, and I don't remember which series it is.
All right, I don't know how you guys feel about this, and I don't know if you can see. Can you see the dual level?
Alex said he's thinking ahead 6 to 7 months when he gets a distro block and a water cooler for his 3090.
I would not do quick releases. Quick releases are really only if you want to do something like I am, where you're doing a bench build, and you want to be able to change things out a lot. Otherwise, they're not worth the trouble or the cost. The cost is stupid. Okay, so
Production says, do you know the random pig?
I do not know the random pig, but I do know the random pig. I don't know him personally, but he has won stuff here. He actually won one of those. All right, so I'm going to flip this down so you guys can give me an opinion. I know my opinion on it, but can you guys see the dual level that we've got going on here? I can bring these in so that they're perfectly lined up, but the offset I thought looked kind of cool. What's the opinion? Give that like 10-15 seconds.
Said he gave you a shout out.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Well, we talked about that before. Random Pig has been one of the better subscribers that we've got. We appreciate that. Alex likes it. Vamper just says yes.
What CPU block is it?
This CPU block is the W7. Remember when I told you here that we should upgrade your CPU block when you come back? It was to this one.
Oh, mod's back.
You are one of the worst subs. That's why you have the wrench next to you. Because I'd like to throw it at you. But it's okay, because if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball.
I feel it's a bit too high. Most people say it looks good. RGB controllable? Water bill?
It is RGB controllable, Alex. Absolutely.
CPU block.
Alright, so since Quantalone seems to be the lone naysayer, you lose. That leads me to the final pipe band. I'm guessing that was a cramp. It was a cramp or you had a really weird O moment there.
Really? It was a cramp.
Just saying, you were all...
It was
I won't do it on
cramp
camera.
with my foot.
Alrighty, let's get the final one done. Then we can all learn together in mixing the Mystic Fog, because even I don't know what the hell I'm doing there. Never done it.
I did find you a gallon of distilled water.
We do have a gallon of distilled water. It's going to have to be done in a jug because you don't have enough room in the top of the gallon of water to fit all that fluid. Alright, since we're doing all different levels here, should we shoot for a fourth level between this one and that one to go from here to here? So something like right there or there. Be kind of interesting to have steps in there.
Vapor says, how many goldfish can I put in my water-cooled system? If I could put fish in my water-cooled system, I might do it.
Alright, so here's the thing. You can technically have fish in a water-cooled system. It's just not going to look the way you think. You can run a tube through a piece of glass. You and I actually did this with one of our aperture lamps a while back. We actually had a glass lamp that was a cylinder about yay big around, and it had a tube going through the entire center of it. And I took an aquarium safe silicone, and I siliconed the bottom, and I siliconed the top, and I turned it into a beta fish bowl, and the power ran through the center rod, and we actually had fish inside of our lamp, but we took a PVC lettering made to look exactly like Aperture Science's logo from Portal, and we put that on it, and it looked kind of cool because we also kind of dyed the water a little. We did a lot of that stuff at the old house.
Little did you know that you were also talking to a fish guy. So when you asked that question,
turns out I've got jewelry in my background. I used to be a jeweler. Know tons about aquariums. I've got a background here.
And now they're talking about fish going through a millimeter.
Now I'm talking about fish going through. Well, guys, what do you think gives the fans all the cover? I also ride motorcycles. I try to
diversify.
Yeah, but a little diversity never hurt anybody. Well, maybe Vamp. He's a little too diverse.
No wonder you like Black Flag.
I also like pirates an awful lot. Like as a whole, a few of you know. I guess not a lot of you know, but a few of you know that, as we mentioned earlier, Sarah and I got married about 6 weeks ago. The original plan was for us to get married at the Renaissance Festival in Maryland. And I was actually going to wear one of my Assassin's Creed outfits, not because of Assassin's Creed, but because it's a little on the Victorian piratey side of things. But we go to Renfest and spend a lot of time, money, and effort there. And we do the whole pirate thing. Well, she does the winching thing, but me and the guy that was my best man do the pirate thing.
Mostly the drinking thing.
Yeah, mostly it's the drinking thing. Speaking of which? You guys don't get to choose. I'm getting what I want. I'm gonna go with coffee cream ale.
How dare you drink my coffee cream ale? Alex says if she's really okay with that idea, say you hold on to that woman and never let go. It was actually my idea to get married at the Renaissance Fair.
And that's why I'm never going to let her go, because it was actually her idea. I could do whiskey, but I'm going to stick with coffee beer.
Well, because the only whiskey we have is cinnamon.
All right. How far is this bend? How far do we have to go? Yeah. I give her credit, but I don't give up being right easily. If she wants to be right, she's got to prove me stone cold wrong.
It happens.
It has happened. I think I've been wrong a good 7 or 8 times in our 10-year relationship. It can happen, it's just not often.
Don't freaking say. Yeah, that's... So where are we in all of this? What do you still have to do?
Where are we in what?
In all of this?
I have 1 bend left, and I have to put fluid in it. And then I have to, make sure it doesn't leak, and then it's done. We're, I don't know, 20-ish, 30 minutes from done, max.
This is the gamer love advice corner.
How long have you been going?
2 hours and 14 minutes.
Well, surprisingly, that puts us relatively on schedule because the 2-hour-ish mark is kind of where I was gaming at. So we're not far off. Where are we at with the contest?
Then when is the setup episode 2 coming out? When we need like 1 more submission.
No, I think he means actual episode 2, not like the setup. The setup we actually need somewhere between 2 and 5 more setups because as everybody is getting categorized into like really nice and kind of mediocre, we need a different set of classes. So we need about 5 more setups to do that. So if you guys don't want to send in your setups, other people want free stuff, get them to send in their setups and, tune in and watch. It'd be a lot of fun. But as far as like vacation setup, that one, honestly, I just need to get through editing, and work's been a real pain in the butt. That's the simple answer to that one. So hopefully, submit the setups, and we'll get that episode out relatively soon. That's kind of why I've been doing the live streams. It's easier, and it takes less time than me actually editing some of these other episodes.
You're correct. Sarah has been drinking, although Sarah's drinking the most out. Oh.
Still got parts on the way, no case yet.
Is that distro plate RGB?
Yes, you missed me turning it on earlier. I actually did a power up of the case without the motherboard, just to see what it would look like. We also lit up the fans, which I finally, if you guys didn't catch it earlier, I finally managed to put my quads into something. I've been waiting to put them into something, and they look fantastic. All right, let's see how close this is.
WD says, do they make non-RGB distro plates?
Do they make non-RGB distro plates?
Haha, laughing face.
I think they do. I just don't know why you'd want one. Okay, so we need to fix the bend on that guy, which isn't much. Cool. This is fixable, and then we're done. Give me just a minute with faucet, guys.
Hey, can you grab me a beer on your way back?
What?
Beer.
What type of beer?
Good one. Not coffee.
Not coffee, but beer.
Pineapple beer. I don't think we have pineapple beer.
We can have you drink some more of that coconut crap you made me drink last time, guys.
That was gross. Oh, I think we did. No, the gross one we have in there now is the gin and tonic one. Or the gimlet, not gin and tonic.
Cucumber gimlet?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, the pineapple was skunked. Turns out when you go on vacation and your fridge goes up, the fruited beers go bad.
Unfortunately, we did not make it up to, Yes, ma'am. You know what? I'm going to make you drink this.
Mistake one was leaving any beer. What are you giving me? Oh, I hate those. The lemonade ones?
Yep.
Oh.
Vamp, we didn't make it up to, Ocean City to get the rest of that beer recently.
Swift says this is the 6800 or 6800 XT.
Today? That guy. Now, we do have the 6800 XT, but I'm thinking that that may be a giveaway in the near future. Maybe at like the 500-ish subscriber mark, since you guys seem to take your time. So go ahead and post that in all of your Reddits and Discords. 500 subscriber giveaway, 6800 XT. Sounds reasonable.
Its colors are so powerful.
That is true. I'm glad you noticed.
1983 called it like a box back.
That is also true. 1983 definitely did call to get its box back.
Alex says you need to do an Xmas themed RGB computer. That would be fun. He doesn't like my Christmas lights.
I would totally be okay with a Xmas computer. But the joy to having RGB is that I can do that with any color, or any computer rather. That's the whole point.
Alex says that's the idea. If I would let him, our house would have LED RGBs.
This is true. We've talked about this for Christmas for several years now. That I want to RGB the Christmas lights. Because in my mind, it's a much easier way to do things. LEDs are something you can leave up all year round and nobody will notice. You don't have to deal with them and just, you hit the right day, flick the switch, and they go crazy and do their thing.
My lights are turning on Friday, just so you know.
Your lights are turning on Friday, just so I know. That's a thing. All right, our last bin is done. We just gotta cut it to size.
You're right, member. Friday is acceptable. especially because the lights are already on my house and I'm holding back, not turning them on.
Yeah, she had the lights on the house last weekend. She's like, it's Christmas. I'm like, it's not even Thanksgiving. You, dear, run on the Walmart schedule.
It was 60 degrees outside, so instead of my fingers freezing, I put them up while it was nice out. I just haven't turned them on yet. I need another inflatable.
She needs another inflatable.
My reindeer died last year.
You want to put it out to the group and see what inflatable you should get?
Well, yeah, 60 degrees is nice out, which is why I put the lights up, because usually when we put them up, it's like 32 degrees and your fingers freeze.
That, and she also had a 13-year-old do all of the legwork.
I cleaned out the gutters. Xmas 12-foot tall skeleton. He won't let me have a giant inflatable. I only have 4-foot inflatable.
You want to sell me on a 12-foot tall skeleton? Get me a Jack Skellington, and she can totally put a 12-foot one of those in the front yard. Jack Skellington is awesome.
If you put a Christmas hat on anything, it's Christmas. Maud said it's good for 2 holidays. Cap says, I knew I liked you, Sam.
Nightmare Before Christmas is awesome. That's how Christmas should be.
They have Baby Yoda inflatables. I don't know how I feel about that.
Baby Yoda is ridiculously cute, but he's going to get overdone to the point where culture is going to cancel his ass.
It's a little too overdone at the moment. He's cute, and that I do like.
One day somebody's going to catch Baby Yoda doing something, and they're going to cancel his ass.
I did say I didn't like Star Wars, but we have been watching The Mandalorian.
I don't consider The Mandalorian to be Star Wars because it's actually interesting. It's far more Firefly for me than it is Star Wars, which is why I like it.
Because
my 2080 Ti has 2 things connected to it, but it looks like my 3090 needs 3. Is it fine if I only use 2? Okay. Live, let's ask a important question here. How big is your power supply considering you have a 3090? I ask that because if you do not have the requisite number of plugs, I worry that you also do not have the requisite power required to run it.
1,000-watt titanium.
1,000-watt titanium. Alright, then you should have a 100-watt. Well, those are 2 different numbers. If it's 100-watt, you're shot. 1,000-watt, you should have the cables in that box somewhere to run additional cables. If I were you, I would find them and see. I personally like doing a 3-cable run for a 3 power supply block. But from what I understand, you can get away with 2 if you're using a 2 plus 1 for one of those 2, allowing you to have 3 actual plugins. I do not think it's going to work real well for you if you only use 2 of those 3 ports. One of those lights is going to light up red, and your motherboard is probably going to beep at you a whole lot on boot up. I could be wrong, but I'd put money on it.
Alex says he needs a new mechanical keyboard, preferably wireless. What should he put on his Christmas list?
A new mechanical keyboard that is wireless. If it was just a mechanical keyboard, I would highly recommend some of the Razer ones. Just because it works with your ecosystem. But because you said wireless, that kind of limits you a great deal. Most wireless keyboards...
Cap said the Logitech G915.
I say most wireless ones you're going to be stuck with either Logitech or Corsair. I think it's the Corsair K68 that's wireless. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 73 or one of those stupid numbers. I'm not a fan of Corsair keyboards personally. I just don't find them visually appealing. I also got away from Logitech a good while ago. Not that there's anything wrong with Logitech keyboards. They're just not super interesting looking. We all know I'm about the RGB. That's not really a secret. Custom keyboards are kind of a fun thing, but they're wired. Wireless mice are an easier thing to accomplish nowadays.
Another one of my weird nerd things is I hate a clicky keyboard.
she does hate a clicky keyboard, and yet she has a mechanical keyboard.
But with orange caps.
Yes.
So it's not so clicky. Alex said he prefers wireless because it's a cleaner look.
It is.
Because everybody's saying, oh, a wireless. That belongs there.
What I did with mine, I'm totally with you. I definitely prefer a wireless look just due to the cleanliness. What I did was I actually created a little mount on the wall just above the desktop. And my keyboard sits in that, and the cable actually wraps around underneath my soundbar so that you can't see it. That's how I got around that. And then when I pull the keyboard out for use, you can see it, but once I'm done with that keyboard, it goes back and my Apple one comes back out for daily use, and it is wireless. What are you growling at? Is Amazon here again?
For the 16th time today.
At
We
this
also
point, they
drilled
should
a
really
hole
just
in
make
our
us a
desk.
distribution center because they're always here.
You did drill a hole in our desk.
That's true. There's also the drill a hole in your desk method of handling things. If you have a glass desk, it's a wee bit more difficult. If you have an IKEA desk, I say go to town and cut a hole in it because you can always get those tops back again. That's one of the things that I really enjoy. In fact, we just got rid of our IKEA desks, giving one to Sarah's mother. Yes, my mother-in-law. Weird. And we actually went through several different desktops as we moved things around. We started off with black desktops and moved over to white ones as the room changed.
Alright. The Sellaway closes in 15 minutes.
Okay, everybody, the Sellaway closes in 15 minutes. Use exclamation, capital A, capital M, capital D, 6800 to enter. Remember, if you have entered, if you want to do this, you A, need to be subbed. B, you need to realize that you will be paying the retail plus tax cost of this card. I will pay to ship it to you if you are not local. If you are local, I can meet up with you. If you are Vamper, tough shit.
And we will ship it next week because it's a holiday.
Yes, and it will take a few days to ship out because of the holiday. So you're going to have to deal with that. But you will be guaranteed the 6800 being delivered sometime in the near future. Put it this way, sooner than if you bought it from Newegg or Adorama or B&H and all those guys. That sucks. Oh, I didn't catch that. That sucks big.
Care to share?
It's not that big a deal. I could fix it in like another 5 minutes. It's not a super crucial item. But one of my goals was to make sure that all of the tubes didn't extend past where the glass was, just in case it had to go back on for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is actually perfectly in line with where the glass goes, so I need to shorten it by that much on both.
Nobody cares about the glass.
Coincidentally, Vamper will get a kick out of this. It's the one that he told me to take out and shorten the other side of in the beginning, so it looks like he's going to get his wish.
You may want to move. Well, no, it's fine. Cursor in Seattle says, interesting case.
Thank you. It's a Corsair. Where did that word come from? It is a Thermaltake Core P5. That's why Corsair came out, so it meant Core. It's the Thermaltake Core P5. We have in this house a Core P5, 2 Core P3s, and a Core P90 back in the office. All 3 of the 3s and 5s are wall mounted. That's the big draw to this case, is it's an open air design and it's wall mountable. Is that cursor from ATR? Oh. Okay, let's get this thing reamed.
Did you just... Oh. Cursor in Seattle is Captain Cursor in ATR. loud for anyone using headphones or anything.
Well, you know, crap happens. Sorry, we're back to the boring part of this, but we are nearing the end of both the build and the giveaway, or Sellaway rather. So make sure you're in. How much time we got left? Should be down to just a couple minutes, if not done.
It has now been 15 minutes. Oh, 6 minutes.
6 minutes left. 6 minutes left. And don't forget, Mark's giving away a 3080 Strix tomorrow. So anybody that doesn't have it work out here, good luck in that. We will be there watching.
Alex says, trivia time. What year was Logitech established?
What year was Logitech established? I don't know, but I will throw out into the wind 1972.
That feels... Hmm. 1985, 1981. Yeah, that feels more right than 70s.
I don't know. Every time I think to go more recent, it's always wrong. It's like Nintendo. It's like, when was Nintendo made? Well, Nintendo's like from the 1800s, and no one knows that crap. 1981.
It's a good year, huh?
Was a good year. That's the year I was born.
Cap got it right. Trading cards and Nintendo.
Yes, well, Nintendo did start with card games.
Another weird thing on your nerd list is your Yu-Gi-Oh days.
Yeah, I don't really talk about that too much, but yeah, there were those days where I was a judge for Upper Deck. Sadly, I know far too much about the rulings of Yu-Gi-Oh cards for my own good. Oh man, that is really in there. Luckily, I have another one over here that I don't have to fight with.
Said you had the heart of the cards. Where they point fingers, not guns.
Sadly,
But did you watch
I
the
did watch the anime. I not only watched the anime, I watched Pokemon. You have to understand, those were like the early high school years, so that was like what we all did. Walked home from school and we watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And look where my life has led me.
He said you are full nerd. I respect.
I am 100% full. Well, no, I'm not a nerd. I'm not. Sorry. I maintain that there is a difference between nerds and geeks. Nerds are geeks, except they don't know how to dress. That's the only thing that separates us. I know how to dress myself.
It's like that Rhett and Link rap battle. From
It really
so long
is.
Ago. Alex said you're a nerd.
No, I'm not.
How about I don't know what those are. You should.
Macross and Robotech. I have not watched either. I'm super into anime. I have not watched them though. It's been a very tough time selling Sarah on anime as a whole. You guys are gonna disapprove. You may say it's time for me to throw her back. Sarah does not do
I don't want to read my
subbed.
television.
She only does dubbed. So if we can't find it in dubbed, she is not watching it.
Liv says, what is a Sellaway? Sellaway means if you win, you have the chance to purchase it from us from full retail value plus tax, and we will ship it to you for free.
Correct. Essentially, it's like buying it at the store, except A, it's a guarantee that you're going to get it, and B, you don't have to pay shipping.
Alex says, you can, nerd, geek is specific to a genre. You can be a video game geek, but a nerd is general.
I don't agree with that statement. All right.
16 seconds left to enter.
16 seconds! Well, 5 seconds by the time you get that. And in the meantime, I'm going to trim this.
Oh, negative 1 second. So should I?
All right. So it looks like it is.
Ooba.
Yeah, I don't usually use this. I usually use the other mic, but the thing that I ordered so that we could charge and use the boom mic did not work. So I just grabbed the boom mic and called it a day. So it looks like we have expired the timer. And with that said, I will say, Sarah, you should be able to click the I'm a winner button and find out who gets the lovely opportunity to buy that video card. Free dongle for mod.
Shane Daly, if you are subscribed to the channel, you win.
Well, that should make somebody happy. Shane, you out there? You still watching? Because that is one of the, I guess, other requirements that we did not mention. I am not going to hunt you down to find you. You can contact us on any number of media outlets. You can get us on Twitter. You can get us in the Digital Logic Discord. You can get a hold of us, but we need to know that you are actually going to purchase this. And if not, we're going to re-roll. So hopefully you're still out there. And hopefully you're not an alt account for mod. Which would be ironic given his current status with Micro Center over AMD cards. If I was him, I would avoid them. So, has anybody... Shane, did you wander off? I will say, I don't wait entirely too long before we re-roll. I know Mark will sit there and wait like 15 minutes for you to respond, but there are lots of people, and
Rest in pepperonis.
Check Discord or well, I check my phone, but it's currently recording. We're gonna give Shane till like I don't know, like until I'm done cutting this, which is like a couple of minutes.
Oh wait, I could check your Discord here.
You can check my Discord and you can check Twitter. He could have also responded in here to let us know that he was contacting us, but that doesn't seem to have occurred either.
Well, yeah, if he's watching, he would, Okay, anyway. Rip.
Ooh, Plaxygen's back.
This is very nice build, very nice GPU. I like... Deathstroke said that's a clean build a while ago.
Thank you, guys. I have put a stupid amount of time and effort into this build.
Cap, I'm gonna send in my build if I get mediocre, I will write it. Well, tell me who you are because I'm the one that vets them all and puts them into the categories.
Yeah, and just understand that she does have some really firm category titles. You could land in shitbox. You could add, or you could land in
shitbox is not one of my things.
amazeballs.
Amazeballs, small, medium, large, amazeballs, and trash. Those are my categories.
Yeah, so, you know, shoot for amazeballs and avoid trash. That's really the name of the game.
And reply if I email you back because I need more pictures.
All right, Shane, dude, has he contacted us anywhere?
Mm-mm.
How much you want to bet that was one of like Pig's people? And he came over and he did his hellos and then he left and he won? And I feel bad. I don't feel bad. Don't leave. That's how this game goes.
Would you like me to roll again?
Well, I did say I would go until I got done cutting this. You've got about another 10 to 15 seconds, Shane. Come on, man. Don't. See, and I'm not going to say I'm angry because I'm not. But I got to say, given the lack of cards that are out there, to have won something on a contest like this and actually got a guaranteed shot at it and then to miss your shot, dude, that's got to suck. Because at that point, it's not lack of stock out there. It's not lack of being able to pick one up at Micro Center. It's a lack of paying attention. And that is cut.
Pick a
So,
winner.
with that said, it looks like it's time to re-roll. It looks like, can you just pick a winner again? Is another option?
I can close him. Winner has been removed.
Winner has been removed.
Pick winner? No.
Quantalone has won the Sellaway.
Oh, wait.
James
oh, crap.
has won
No,
the
I pushed it
Sellaway.
too many times. We'll go with the first one. I'm sorry, James.
James, she screwed you, dude. She screwed you. So, Quantalone, you're out there. Okay.
James, I'm sorry.
Get a hold of me on Discord. If you do not have my Discord link, Mod, would you be so kind as to link it in here so that everybody can get it?
Yeah, James can be the backup, but I think Quantalone is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quantalone is definitely here.
He's been here all night. Congratulations. I should be fired as producer.
Now, for the ultimate irony, this is when Shane comes back and goes, "Oh, damn!"
Removing James. Sorry, James. Sorry, James. James wasn't here anyway, so screw James.
Apparently not. So, Quantalone, you're getting a hold of us via Discord. Where do you live by chance? Curious if I am shipping it or if I am going to hand it to you directly after the requisite amount of Purell has been... Oh, damn, you're out there next to Vamper. Wait, Vamper, that's not you on an alt account, right? I mean, I have to ask. I know you at this point. That would be the type of thing you do.
Quantalone, are you my neighbort?
Wait a minute. Check this out. I know how to find out. Quantalone, here's a question. We're going to give you one last qualification to make sure that you are not Vamper. Because I know Vamper wouldn't lie about this even if he could. Quantalone, how many firearms do you own, sir? Vamper would respond with, "This is my collection in picture form before everything went to hell."
Quantalone said pay your taxes.
See, that's not Vamper. Vamper would never, ever admit to that.
Okay, so that one's done. Complete.
Alrighty. So with that said, I'm wondering if we should do an actual giveaway as well. Nothing big. I don't think we're handing out chunks of CL14 RAM. But I will ask the group. Wrong answer.
Oh shit.
What did you do?
Sorry, don't look at that one.
Who won now?
No, it was a different one.
What did you do?
Don't enter that next raffle. I shouldn't push buttons. There's been beer. I accidentally put the frost glow up.
Well, I was going to ask, is there anybody out there that would be interested? And Mod has entered. Is there anybody out there that needs an AIO? Because I would prefer to not send an AIO out to people that don't particularly need an AIO. But if we've got, a few people out there that need an AIO, we might be able to work out a giveaway for that.
Alex says, are you doing any CPU giveaways, Sellaways this week?
Well, Alex, we do still have the 5900X sitting right there, all nice and unopened. I would love to give it away because I did just manage to get my hands on a 5800X to do next. However, again, as always, I gotta rely on the community and say, get those subscriber levels up. The more subscribers, the more attention we actually get, the more I feel justified in blowing thousands of dollars to make you people happy. That's the quick and dirty of it.
Let's see here. Well, there's been a lot. Cap says, I need a PSU. Live the Arc says, I need one.
A PSU? Surprisingly, I have a couple extra of those around
Connor
too.
Sack says, nice case, looks like mine, just the wrong color.
No, you're wrong. This is the right color. Whatever you have is wrong. White is the correct color. Ooh, that came out wrong. That's not how I meant it.
More people could use an AIO. They're selling stuff. Where do I speak in your Discord?
I need a 24 pin thing.
Quantalone wants
No,
to
you don't need a
direct
24 pin thing. You need 3 8-pins, not a 24 pin. There's a difference.
Just direct
For
message
instance,
Sam in Discord, by the way.
This is an 8-pin. You need 3 of these. 24 pins are like that. They're different.
Alex said, is there power in a white case?
Alex, what are you trying to do to me, man? This case will be powered eventually, but I'm going to choose my words carefully because I'm not trying to get canceled before I get started. Trying to set me up, man.
Quantalone wants to know where do I speak in your Discord? Just direct message him.
You can just direct message me. It's not really hard to get a hold of me.
Digital audio.
Do you know where to buy them from? All the cables you need should come with your power supply. You should not have anything.
Oh, he said earlier he had somebody else build it for him, so he doesn't have any of the boxes or the cables.
Oh, so you may need you could get,
Cable box.
all right, so let me ask this. Can you see the power supply that you currently have? If you can see the power supply you currently have, we can work from there. The problem is that if you don't know the power supply, it's a little bit more complicated because the brands don't work from brand to brand with the cables. They actually have those as proprietary. I have the 12 pin on the way. Oh, Connor's back. Connor, did your hard drive ever arrive?
I think so.
I think so? Why don't you know so? If it's there, you would know.
Because he's a-
Oh, gotcha. Will 750 work for the... 750 will work for a 3080, yes. In fact, for that matter, some 650s will work for a 3080. That sucks. Live, whatever it is. How far are you away from a place that has a power supply, i.e. a Micro Center and or a Best Buy? Alright, what case do you have? Let's start with that. We're doing tech support now that I'm trying to finish this. Let me finish this up and then we can get this done, because I'd really like to not keep you guys here all night. This last cut is kind of slowing me down.
Swift says you hate him. He's gonna go cry now.
I hate him? Why would I hate Swift? It's awesome.
Wait, Ark is in Annapolis.
Ark is in Annapolis? Wait, you're like...
Are you close? Where? Huh?
Like Annapolis, Maryland? Answer the question. Are you in Annapolis, Maryland?
Yes, he saw you at Micro Center.
Dude, just drive to my house. We're in Bowie.
Remember last night? Did you talk to him last night?
Yes, I talked to him last night, but to be fair, it was also like 1 something in the morning. Yeah, just drive down here and we'll just do it. Bring your freaking case.
In line?
Probably, it sounds like it.
No. I said it was late. I was there.
It was late.
Alex says, how many of your subs have you met at Micro Center? It is the key place to meet subs. That sounded wrong.
Yeah, I said that probably didn't come out as well as you had hoped. We've met a lot at Micro Center.
Jeez, how many people have we met in line waiting for video coverage?
A lot. I mean, Alex, we met you and we were not even in line. We just happened to be walking out of Micro Center after trying to get in line. Man, still not short enough. I'm trying not to over shorten this, because the one thing I can tell you guys is you don't want to over shorten the tube, because you can always take off more, but you can't get it back.
It's like a haircut.
Yeah. So how about it, Live? Why don't you just come down here and we can do this properly?
Quantal, you mean Ark?
No, Live is the one that wants to... Or sorry, damn it! Yes, Live, come down here and we'll take care of it. Quantalone, did he get a hold of us on Discord?
You're not wrong. You're not it says you're offline Discord. It's fine. He'll get it. Or I don't know. He won't.
Check my iPad.
I don't know how this shit works.
Very top button on the upper left.
Oh, yep, got it. It's here.
Alright, so that is taken care of. We're gonna mix water and get this done. Because this is about an hour longer than I expected it to be, and that's with prep work. What are you eyeing?
I'm reading. Ark said he'll think about it. He's going out of town soon. Connor says you're a lot more organized while building. My table last night was a disaster. This is a fake ploy. Swift says, has Sam ever done a build with glass tubing before?
Glass tubing? No, we have done one with PMMA, which is acrylic. Typically I use PETG because I find PETG infinitely easier to work with, because acrylic tends to crack a lot like glass. But I have not done a glass build yet. I'm actually kind of interested in doing a metal build, something like some black iron or something. That would be cool. But I have not done glass yet. Glass is a pain in the ass. If acrylic is any indication of how much glass would be a pain in the ass, I don't know that I want to.
Andy says, what kind of LEDs are in the kitchen?
Hue. Everything that we do in the house, for the most part, with rare exception, the lights up above the blinds are not Hue, but I think, yeah, every other light in the house is Hue. Alexa, set everything to blue. I don't know if that translates. Not at all?
No, because this light's on.
Everything's blue.
No, because that's not blue.
Damn it. Alexa, set everything to bright white. Pain in the ass.
Mom said the LEDs are Thermaltake only. Andy said,
a few things share the name reading. Which one did you want?
Alexa, shut up. No one likes you.
Andy says, I love Hue bulbs and strips. I did my bedroom and game room, but stopped there because they are so expensive. Ain't that the truth?
You are not wrong. Hue lights are stupid expensive, but they are the most user-friendly. I mean, you can get the ones that all work with if this, then that, but realistically, Hue's kind of the way to go in my opinion. All right, so good news. I think radiator. Yes, we did hook up the radiator this time. No surprises there.
Swift says you should do a metal one. I was debating between metal / glass / acrylic, but I'm probably just going to go back to PETG because I'm lazy and unskilled.
Welcome to my world. All right, so with that said, Alexa, set everything to bright white.
A few things share the name reading. Which one did you want?
Alexa, set everything to bright white.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to get the stuff together to mix the fluid, and then we can jump right into this.
Mom said pump goes to the block, and the block goes to the pump, right?
Yes.
Jeff Bezos is listening. I always talk to my FBI agent that's listening in on me.
All right.
That is work. So I get all those ads on my stupid stuff.
Where is my concentrate and my gallon? There's my gallon. There's my concentrate. You're helpful.
You're welcome. I'm great. Everyone in the chat thinks so.
Everybody would think so. Everybody would be wrong. Alright, so as promised, and Mod, you'll be happy, or not, I don't really know. We're not using Thermaltake fluid. Don't get me wrong. I do have a couple of bottles of C1000 from Thermaltake over there, but this time we're actually using EK Cryofuel Mystic Fog. This is the concentrate. It is to be added to 1 gallon of distilled water. So, that is what we shall do.
Alex said you were so close to earning brownie points with me, but you dropped the ball right there at the end.
A little more full than I had hoped.
This is a gallon jug.
Let's hope there was some extra space.
Oh, Vamper said put the concentrate in first, less stirring. Not wrong.
Well, you know what? You, sir, should have typed faster.
ASUS says thoughts on deionized water instead of distilled.
I actually am not opposed to deionized water. However, in this particular case, it called for distilled, and I happen to have a gallon of distilled at the house, so it required less effort.
Yes, from your days of being a Oakley glass. Your other hobbies.
Oh yeah, I'll say there's that hobby. We won't bring that one up. Enough people know about that one. Here we go.
Cap, I'm like the Vanna White of this situation.
Now the interesting thing about this stuff is it doesn't look all too different from my Thermaltake C1000 white and clear build. So I'm not entirely sure what...
Camper says he's an engineer. These are the things I do. I'm also an engineer.
Yeah, but you're a different kind of engineer.
Mod said it makes me happy to have Sam work with non-TT products. What kind of... I got a degree in civil engineering, but now I'm a project manager in construction. It's not COVID. Beer.
Just get the last little bit of whatever was on the walls there.
Dirty.
It's fizzing.
Nope, not industrial engineering. Although, that was a lot of people I knew in college were industrial engineers.
Ask her about concrete.
I wanted to build stuff instead. Which it turns out is what I do for a living.
This will do, I guess. All right. We're going to make Mystic Fog.
Oh god, no, I didn't want to build brutalist architecture. I just renovated a brutalist building. It was awful.
I don't even know what that is.
I wanted to build stadiums, but instead I'm building libraries.
Well, you only missed the mark a little.
They are like multi-million-dollar libraries.
They are disturbingly expensive libraries. All right, let's fill this up and see what happens. I'll be honest, I'm going to be a wuss, and I'm going to drain it or fill it up rather, like this, because I don't want to pour into
Yeah, I
that.
was saying don't get wet.
Yeah, I'm doing this the slower but less messy way. Now, I'd also thought about, and I may end up draining this thing as a result, and adding one more piece to it. I also thought about at the bottom drain port here actually building a downspout for the drain as well.
It is submissions at Digital Logic.
It is submissions and or setups. Because you requested that.
Yes. TV.com, right?
DigitalLogicTV.com.
Oh. Ow.
Sorry for the boring fill, guys.
We're just talking about your bottle ASMR and how it sounds like vamp after Chipotle.
Wow. Sorry, just the idea of anything sounding like vamp after Chipotle is kind of revolting. Alrighty, let's turn that off. Now that we have that done, I can plug in the power, which we didn't have plugged in before because we did not want the pump to spin without having water in there, because that's a great way to damage a pump.
Are you doing any more giveaways tonight before you end?
Well, we were talking about doing that AIO, and we saw one person out there that wanted an AIO, but here's my problem.
There was a few people that
Oh, there were a few people. All right, sure. We can do an AIO. There you go. Let me All right. This is off the table. Congratulations, Quantalone. There's your new giveaway. FrostFlow X360, all in one, shipped directly to your door, free of charge. Go tell your friends. Come subscribe. Win stuff. Sometimes you won't even have to pay.
I don't know how to change the giveaway code here, but...
The name? Don't worry about it. Use the same damn code. Just end the contest and start it again.
I made a new one.
There you go. I'll show you how to change the
I'm good
code.
at producing.
I'll show you how to change the
But
code.
the AMD code is still the same.
So we're going to use the same code.
It's a giveaway? We're giving that one away?
This one is a giveaway. This is a free of
Straight up
charge. I
giveaway.
ship to you. Please don't go for it unless you actually need it. Let somebody that needs it have a chance at it. That's kind of how I look at this. I don't mind helping people out, but I would prefer people that need stuff to get stuff. That's my one catch in all this. I really do want to help the guys that need the help.
Oof.
Oof, what?
Amber says the girlfriend needs it. Her Corsair H100 leaked. I told the story.
Wow, dude. You still haven't... Wait. You still haven't fixed that?
She's running a stock Intel cooler, and I'm a bad boyfriend for it.
Wow. Well, you know what?
Well, this is why we give these things away.
He fits the requirement.
Bye, Alex. He's out.
The next 3080 you get, you donate to the channel, Vamper, if you win. All right, while we do that, I'm going to fill this puppy up.
Quantalone is asking if he can enter.
Wait, you need a video card and an all-in-one?
Actually, it's a 360, wouldn't fit my case. That's what he says.
Ah, there you go. You've disqualified yourself.
It looks like you put watered down milk in there. And we'll run the entry soon.
Yeah, we'll run the entry probably in about 10 minutes.
We'll run the contest.
I can't see the front of this, so I'm going to do this quickly. Tell me how quickly that water drops to the bottom.
It went that way. Okay.
All right, next power cycle.
I would check my email, but
Where's the button?
Sam takes my phone for these things.
Can't let her reach the outside world.
I'll check it tomorrow. No. But it goes back up.
Well, yeah, because that's how it works. Pressure, dear. All right.
Yes, it will be shipped to you.
It will be shipped to you free of charge, assuming you don't live locally.
Free is free is free.
Wait. Let me rephrase that. It will be shipped to you free of charge, assuming you're in the United States or
yes.
not locally. If you're local, I'll just give it to you. If you're outside the United States, you pay shipping. But if you're in the U.S., we'll pay. You watching?
No. And there goes back up.
Definitely takes a little bit of time to fill this up.
Didn't really go down, just a lot of bubbles.
Alright, I'm going to watch this one. And hopefully, we're far enough along we don't have to keep doing that.
How are all the lights? Ah! Speak of the devil.
Because it's not part of Windows right now, it's just booting up off of hardware. It takes a second for the second controller to kick in.
Doesn't look as pretty on screen.
Well, we're going to turn the lights out in a second so that we can actually see this. Alexa, turn off everything. And I'm going to check for any leaks, which so far...
Quantalone says, I can't wait to go full Tron, which, as you hit on, is Sam's favorite movie.
Tron Legacy specifically. But yes, I am the weird oddball that loves Tron. Holy crap, that looks awesome.
Burger King says, I was planning to build my own water-cooled PC, but looking at the amount of effort, I'm having second thoughts. Haha.
It is a tremendous amount of effort. Don't think for a second that it's a quick, easy thing. We've done several water-cooled builds lately. We did one for Bobo, and...
What the hell?
Take that!
That's your MacBook.
We did one for Bobo, and the Bobo build was like 12 hours. We had to learn a couple of things about flashing BIOS on a new AMD board. We did Alex's, not last weekend, but the weekend before, as a kind of a surprise, because he didn't tell me we were doing that beforehand. We just happened to go up to Micro Center, and he decided it would be a good idea. And I won't lie, I didn't discourage him. And then this one we just did. It's a lot of effort. It really is.
We got some Tron lovers in the chat too.
Good. Tron lovers are a good thing.
OG, he's not talking OG Tron. He's talking. We always talk about this every stream. He's talking new Tron.
He likes Legacy. Good, because Legacy is what I like. I mean, I like the original Tron too, but Tron Legacy is so much cooler. If I could have a house that looked like the End of Line Club, hell yes. And that would also be the very first words I said to the lawyer as I was getting divorced. Am I wrong?
What did you say?
I said, if our house looked like the End of Line Club from Tron, those would be the very first words I said to the lawyer as I was getting my divorce. You would let me have a all-white, glowy house? Nothing.
I'm confused.
Alright guys, we're going to cut the lights here in just a second and see if we can get this to really translate as far as how it looks. So far I haven't noticed any leaks. I'll probably let it run like this for at least the next half hour to an hour just to make sure no leaks pop out at us.
Your son is texting me.
But this is how she looks.
You should turn her more square to the camera.
More square to the camera. I can maybe do that. My power supply here is... Let me get the light off to the side here. And better than that,
TCR says it looks great. But now the camera's sideways.
yes, down the camera sideways. Go one better.
There you go. Except for the heat guns in the way now.
Heat guns in the way now. There we go. By the way, these are the quads that I've been whining about for the last few weeks. They look amazing, and you probably don't see the difference between these and the trios that were here before. But when we do the next build, the P90 build, it has 3 trios and then it has 1 quad at the top because I couldn't justify spending $80 on a fan when the newer version of the fan cost less than half that. So I went ahead and got a quad, and I'll replace the other 3 as it'll actually cost me relatively less overall. I'm going to let this run for a little bit.
We gotta run the contest.
Yeah, I'm going to let this run for a little bit. But before we do the contest, I will go through the spiel for anybody that's popped in since we started this. Holy crap.
It didn't need much.
I'm going to have a lot of fluid left over. Luckily, I have a 1-gallon jug to put it in. So here's the spiel. I like doing these builds. I like giving stuff away. I'd like to start doing these contests where you guys submit your setups and I give you prizes. If you guys can submit those setups to submissions@digitallogictv.com, I will be happy to give you guys stuff in return if you win. If not, I'm perfectly happy to keep on doing builds like this to keep you guys entertained or bored out of your minds, whatever it really works out to. It's just something we kind of want to do. So like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Get your friends here. That's the biggest thing I can tell you guys. If you want to help out, put the word out. Get the word out, and we can start doing these things.
And they don't have to look like this.
Yeah, they don't have to look like this. This is just really what I like doing. I like helping people do stuff like this. If you're local, I do this stuff free of charge. You buy the parts. I'll spend hours and hours and hours, cable routing and building this stuff for you. Because it's fun and it's something that I can do on stream. And we're going to be doing a giveaway here soon. We've got a 1,000 subscriber giveaway for a 3070, and we probably might be doing a 500 subscriber giveaway for a 6800 XT. And I am saying giveaway, not Sellaway. We also have gobs of RAM for prizes. So get people in here. Let's make this big. You guys can get stuff out of it. With that said, we have an AIO to give away. Mod, you're not getting a dongle. You have enough. With that said, we are going to roll the dice. Go for it.
It's loading.
It's loading. Apparently there are technical difficulties with the interwebs. Hold on. Yes, Connor, Gobs. I guess I didn't really fill everybody in. I talked about this in the Discord. Whale, I kind of ordered some RAM recently. Specifically, while she's fiddling with that, I'll fill you guys in. I ordered some RAM recently, and the RAM that I ordered was the white version of these. Standard 3600 16 gig kits. What Amazon had sent me, as it turns out.
You might want to zoom out because you're close in again.
Yeah. What Amazon sent me were these. So, as I now have actual gobs of RAM, I have all of this RAM, and I don't know what to do with it. And the first one of you says, give it away. Well, that's obvious. But I can't just give it away. The channel's got to get something out of it in return, and that shall be subscribers and attention and notoriety. Are you still planning to do a giveaway for the 5900? Yes, I am planning to do the 5900. The 5900, we haven't decided when it's going to go yet, just simply because, as I keep saying over and over and over again, subscribers, subscribers, subscribers. The channel has to grow. If the channel doesn't grow, then I'm literally just puking money out, and that can't happen. We don't have any sponsors. We're doing this out of my own pocket. So if you guys want giveaways and sellaways for the rarer stuff like the 5900X, please get people in here. We want to do this sort of stuff. Hey Sam, do you have the cable I need? Hey Mod, do I have the cable he needs? What's
the iPad died. It works, but I could do it on here.
Okay.
So closing it now. Picking a winner.
We're picking a winner for the AIO?
Oh, my email didn't work. My bad. Did I pick a winner?
You can no longer enter the raffle.
I don't want to pick two winners again. I'm so nervous. Pick winner.
If she picks more than one, the first winner gets it. Click the button.
Got it.
Push the button.
Lil
Rudo has won the Frostflow 360. Okay. Rudo, get a hold of me on Discord. The link is in here. We can post another. Oh my god, wow. The man who just joined.
Just make sure. Oh, he is subscribed. Okay.
Okay, so Lil Rudo, give me or get a hold of me on Discord and give me your address, and we will just ship that right out to you.
Let me try to.
Whoa, that's what I look like. Oh, there went me.
I'm trying to get this. Proofread my email address. Make sure.
What email address did you put up there? Where's it at?
Way up there.
Well, I can't see that. Submissions at digitallogictv.com.
Is that right?
Yes, it took a second for the screen to update.
Oh. Oh, it is kind of blurry. Well, we're ending anyway.
Yeah, but I say we're about to end it anyway. I don't know why it's blurry.
Oh, it is very blurry. I think it's the lights. Just don't like it.
Oh, the camera probably didn't refocus.
Yeah.
You missed the C in the beginning.
Oh, in the last one. Dang it.
All right. So with that said, Rudo, get a hold of me on Discord. Mod put the link to the Discord right there, and we'll see you guys either in the Discord. Stop by. I certainly am happy to help with any tech support issues that you guys have, just because it's kind of fun. And I'm always there to talk. So I will see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.